Vivian, I'm looking at the World Cup fixtures and results, and we were here yesterday, and I gave my predictions. Marie, you remember? I said France was going to thrash Iraq. Hiyo imeingia.
Yes.
Walichapwa ngapi?
3-0. I said, yes.
No,
it was 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
Yes. I said Argentina was going to thrash Austria. Letandika mtu 2-0. So please, when I tell you something that Kenya is going to win the World Cup, trust me.
Which
Kenya.
year?
Kenya is going to win the World Cup?
Which year?
But you're a lad.
Are you talking about the Women's World Cup, or are you talking about, which one?
At the right time, we will win the World Cup.
Or Harambee Stars?
Harambee Starlets, actually, they are really trying, but they got really upset in their last match. It was not what they expected. Unlike what they did with the South Sudan, 16 goals, and then all of a sudden they started to diminish. I don't know what happened. Either they felt a little bit comfortable, the confidence, or their opponents actually studied their game and the style of play. So they were pushed. But the girls are really trying. The under-17 team, good job.
Yeah.
Jordan and Algeria is still on at the 35th minute. Bado ni 0-0.
Bado ni 0-0.
Yes.
But we have to talk about Senegal and Norway, and that's actually the game that KBC was showing yesterday night. And well, my team is out. Now I need to find me a new team. Yeah. Because Senegal lost 3-2 to Norway, but they put up a good fight. But the thing with football, we need the goals.
Yeah.
You know, you can put up a good fight, yes, but we need the goals so that you remain in the competition. But unfortunately now Senegal are out. But the good thing is we are having an African country play again today.
Yes.
And that game will be coming to you at 11 p.m. right here on KBC. Remember, World Cup iko KBC. So it will be showing at 11 p.m. tonight. And it's going to be a tough one. It's England versus Ghana. Mr. Predictions, what is your prediction?
England and Ghana. England has a very good squad depth. Most of the players in England actually are playing in the English Premier League. All right?
Yeah.
Let's start with the soccer. So that's tuache to happen. We have got very young players. The England squad is good, and I have a feeling they are going to make it. Ghana, they are also quite... they can push. And right now they know that Senegal is out. And Congo is still in play. So let's hope that one of the African countries is going to push it harder. Much as I think that England is going to edge them, probably 2-1, they're going to put a spirited fight.
I'm really hoping that Ghana gets to surprise us. Because I think the odds are against them. Feels like England is the team that is going to take this. You know, between the two of them, that England is going to win. But I'm still putting my bet on Ghana.
On Ghana?
They can surprise us.
Yeah. I think me too. I would actually put my bet on Ghana. But remember, we still have Cote d'Ivoire. Or is Cote d'Ivoire still in the race?
I'm trying to... What's your take there, Marie?
About Ghana and England?
Yes.
I mean, it's a tough team, but Ghana also has very good players.
Exactly.
And Ghana has always performed very well, even in the World Cup. So I still put my bet on Ghana. It's really, really sad that Senegal had to leave at the group stages, you know. At least wangefika hata quarterfinals tu hapo yani. But it's all okay because I still will talk about Cape Verde, who actually knew that Cape Verde would actually play the way they played. So I think different years of the World Cup, the teams come with, can I say, with different, players, if I may put it that way.
Yes.
And so you expect different things. Like Cape Verde is what at least every other person is talking about, because they were the underdogs. But they held were they playing Uruguay?
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we get into news, Jordan has just scored.
Oh.
Within 1 minute. So
Jordan?
everything is possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Jordan 1, Algeria 0. 36th minute, 38 actually. All right, good morning. My name is Victor. Hey, leo tumeza na sports, ndio?
Yeah.
That's called sports mode, how we started. Karibu sana to the program. Yeah. Later on, we'll be having a look at many sides of the Kenyan politics. That is our discussion at exactly 7. Senator Danson Mukatana, who is the senator of Tana River, will be here. I'll be having Anthony Gitongo, who is political analyst, as well as Francis Mwangangi, who is the deputy governor of Machakos. The three will be here at exactly 7. Let's take a look at many sides of Kenyan politics. The Star is reporting that Kalonzo Musyoka is actually borrowing from Obama's playbook in 2027 State House run. How is it going to be for him? What has he borrowed? He actually launched his website around 2 weeks ago. And what are some of the things that he copied from the Obama book that is going to propel him to 2027 because the race is still on? Let's meet at 7. Vivian.
Vivian Dago is my name. Welcome to Good Morning Kenya. Now today I'll be having 2 conversations. The first one will be on building a daily reading culture, and we're just trying to look at ways in which we can be able to just flip the script on illiteracy and ensure that we are not just making books part of our exams, you know, just taking books away from the exam room and literally making it a culture, a daily culture for each and every one of us. You definitely want to stay tuned for that conversation. And my other conversation will be on wellness for our health check. And we'll be looking into yoga. What exactly do you know about yoga? What are the benefits of yoga? And do you also know that there is facial yoga? Yes, yoga for your face. For your face, yes. How does that work? We are going to be finding that out immediately after we are done with the news of the day as well as our politics segment for today. So do not go too far. Stay right here with us. Marie?
Thank you so much, Vivian. You should have told me you're having yoga today. You know, I could have come up, I would have come dressed up.
Prepared.
I'm not so sure, Victor.
Yeah.
Unaweza kufanya yoga?
Yes. You know.
I will not ask any more questions, but...
and you know, the good thing with yoga is that it's really relaxing.
Yes,
it is very relaxing.
I've done it a little bit, and it's really, especially, can I say if you work out, you need that at the end of the week so that you relax the muscles. It helps you stretch very well. Plus, it does relax the body, and it can be, you know, something you adapt for very many other conditions that can actually alleviate and all that. So it will be nice to have the yogis in the room. And just so I'll be watching Vivian to see how much you can stretch and all that. Right. But all said and done, thank you so much for making the time for us this morning. My name is Maria, but of course, I'll be bringing you up to speed with the news of the day. And let's begin right there, where President William Ruto has lashed out at members of parliament affiliated to the opposition and who voted against the Finance Bill 2026-27 for misinforming Kenyans on the contents of the bill. The head of state, who spoke in Kirinyaga during the launch of the Coffee Revival program, accused the lawmakers of frustrating the country's development agenda. This comes as a section of Mount Kenya leaders endorsed Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru for a greater role in national politics.
Moments after unveiling a raft of reforms for the coffee sector, President William Ruto shifted attention to politics, launching a scathing attack on the opposition leaders, describing them as saboteurs of Kenya's development track.
Kuna wabunge wanapinga ati hiyo mswada. Sasa wewe umetumwa na hawa wananchi wa kahawa, uende bunge usimamie mambo yao pale. Kwa hiyo bill mimi na sign kesho, ambayo wewe unapinga, iko pesa ya kahawa, iko pesa ya mbolea, iko pesa ya kusaidia wananchi wako, na wewe umeenda kuambiwa story na watu ambao hawajui nini inaendelea. Wanakuambia ati uende upinge. Hiyo ni kukosa akili ama ni kuwa na akili?
He specifically took issue with the more than 40 members of parliament who voted against the Finance Bill of 2026, accusing the group of misleading Kenyans and frustrating government efforts to spur economic growth and fund development programs.
Walienda huko bunge wakapeleka propaganda na porojo na fitina. Wakaenda huko bunge wakasema, katika hii bill iko maneno ya kuweka ushuru kwa mambo ya rent. Wakaulizwa ni kipengele gani, wakakosa kujibu. Wakaenda huko, wakaenda kusema katika hii bill iko ushuru kwa mambo ya mashamba. Wakaulizwa ni kipengele gani, wakakosa.
And in what appeared to be an early show of political positioning in the Mount Kenya region's political landscape, a section of leaders accompanying the president endorsed Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru for a bigger role in national politics.
Nilisikia rumors kwamba iko siku huyu anaweza kuwa president. Sasa nikasema after 2032 huko mbele huko, baada ya Kindiki, mheshimiwa Kindiki, nikasikia anaweza kuwa president. Nikasema sasa waje pia mimi nikaribia hapo.
And as the clock ticks to the 2027 general polls, the move and a string of other such endorsements are now fueling speculation over future political alignments and the composition of President Ruto's 2027 campaign team.
Sasa niwaulize nyinyi watu wa Kirinyaga, mukipima hiyo watu, kuna mtu saizi yangu kwa hiyo watu? Mtu ambaye hana maono, hana sera, hana mpango, hana agenda. Ati ile kazi kubwa akili yake inafika ni kuniita kasongo na kusema one term na kusema must go. Sasa hiyo ni mtu ambaye atashindana na kweli na mimi?
President William Ruto has directed coffee buyers to pay farmers within 5 days of delivering their produce. The president says prompt payment is among a raft of reforms aimed at revitalizing the coffee sector. The head of state, who spoke during the unveiling of the Coffee Revival Program in Kirinyaga County, said reforms will also include a 2 billion shillings allocation in the next financial year to offset historical debts owed by coffee farmers and cooperative societies.
On his return to the mountain, President William Ruto on Monday landed in the Kirinyaga area of Kirinyaga County with a basket of goodies for coffee farmers across the country. In the Finance Bill of 2026, set to be assented to law on Tuesday, the head of state said the government will secure 2 billion shillings to settle part of the historical debt owed by local coffee cooperative societies and farmers to financial institutions and the government.
Tumelipa katika budget ambayo imeisha shilingi bilioni 2. Tumeweka kwa budget hii shilingi bilioni 2. Na nitamalizia mwaka ujao niweke pesa ambayo itakamilisha madeni yetu yote ya wanakahawa wote katika taifa letu la Kenya.
Additionally, coffee growing counties will receive a total of 2 billion shillings, out of which 1 billion shillings will go to the renovation and facelifting of coffee factories, while the remaining 1 billion shillings will facilitate the distribution of more than 20 million coffee seedlings to farmers across the country to boost production.
Tutatoa mashine za kisasa na kuboresha ukaushaji na uhifadhi wa kahawa ili tuwezeshe kahawa yetu kuuza kwa bei bora zaidi katika masoko ya kimataifa, yani premium coffee.
2022 kahawa ilikuwa shilingi 50, shilingi 55. Leo ni shilingi 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. Hata kaunti zingine zimeanza kupata 160.
In a raft of reforms aimed at improving returns to growers, President William Ruto also directed that coffee farmers be paid within 5 days of delivering their produce, addressing one of the sector's long-standing grievances.
Na mauzo yao itakuwa kamili. Hakutakuwa tena na kusubiri mawiki, miezi, miaka. Kulipwa kwa wakati ni hisani kwa mkulima kwa sababu ni haki yake. Na sio tafadhali.
To increase its global market share, plans are underway to increase acreage under coffee by 100,000 to 380,000 acres and production per bush in the next 2 years.
In another 60 days, tutakuwa na coffee board na pia tutakuwa na Coffee Training and Research Institute ambayo sasa kutoka sasa itasaidiana na watu wa cooperatives ndio tufanye ile kazi yote umeeleza sisi tufanye.
President William Ruto has alluded confidence that the Coffee Revival Program will go along with boosting coffee production across the country and restoring dignity to the farmers. Reporting for Channel 1 News from General Kasam Stadium, Kirinyaga in Kirinyaga County, I am John.
Thank you, John Kahiro, reporting there. Justice Gatembo Kairo has been elected the new president of the Court of Appeal. Gatembo beat 3 other candidates, Lady Justice Lydia Achode, Justice Patrick Kiage, and Agnes Mulgor in an election that was participated by judges of the appellate court. As Ruth Wamboy now reports, Justice Gatembo garnered 26 votes out of 41 votes.
Justice Gatembo Kairo will replace Daniel Musinga, whose term expired on May 24, 2026. The election was conducted by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. The president of the Court of Appeal in Kenya is the head of the country's second highest court. Elected by fellow appellate judges for a single non-renewable 5-year term, the president is tasked with the judicial and administrative leadership of the court. Upon taking office, Justice Kairo will, among other responsibilities, assign cases and constitute ordinary and extraordinary benches to hear appeals and represent the appellate court in the Judicial Service Commission. Justice Gatembo Kairo has promised to ensure the Court of Appeal is a beacon of administrative efficiencies and uncompromised justice.
The Pharmacy and Poisons Board has arrested 95 individuals posing as pharmacists and closed 45 unlicensed pharmaceutical operations within Nairobi and neighboring Kajiado County. The board says the move is aimed at protecting Kenyans from unsafe medicines and unqualified practitioners.
The fight against illegal pharmaceutical enterprises remains a top priority, says the Pharmacy and Poisons Board, as authorities move to safeguard public health and restore confidence in the country's medicine supply chain. The week-long surveillance and enforcement operation ended with the arrest of 95 individuals posing as pharmacists and the closure of 48 unlicensed pharmaceuticals premises in Nairobi's informal settlements and parts of Kajiado County.
Those people have been produced in Kajiado low courts, Kibra and Makadara low courts. The 48 premises that were also found non-compliance were issued with the closure notices.
155 premises in Kibra, Korogosho, Isili, Dandora, Mathare, Embakasi, Nairobi West and Rongai were inspected during the operation. Approximately 169 cartons of medicines from illegal outlets were also confiscated.
We don't leave the products or the commodities that we find in the premises, not seized. So we also picked up around 169 cartons of those medicines that were found in those illegal outlets. And they have now been kept under our custody, awaiting the owners from courts for them to be disposed according to our disposal guideline.
Members of the public have been urged to purchase medicines only from registered and licensed pharmacies.
That is why we also tell the public, if you find a premise that is not even branded, it already gives you a signal that there is a problem. So when a premise does not even bear a name, is a named premises, is a premise that does not have any initials of branding, it actually tells you that there is a big gap that is existing.
As the crackdown continues, the Pharmacy and Poisons Board says it will sustain countrywide surveillance operations to ensure that medicines are handled and dispensed only by qualified professionals.
Tourism Principal Secretary Julius Bitok says Kenya is targeting 10 million tourist arrivals in the coming years that will be supported by the review of the electronic travel authorization system to attract more airlines and maintain visa-free entry for visitors from across Africa.
Tourism is ramping up efforts to accelerate growth in tourism numbers. Tourism Principal Secretary Julius Bitok says this will be anchored by a series of reforms aimed at attracting more visitors.
If we did 10 million tourists, how much money would we be talking about?
Speaking during the tourism operators sector of Kenya Gala Dinner in Naivasha, Bitok said market diversification and digital transformation will support growth of tourism that currently generates more than 500 billion shillings annually.
what would be the impact on this economy? What would be the impact in our households?
The Kenya Tourism Board is intensifying marketing in key source markets such as the United States, the United Kingdom, Uganda, Tanzania, and India.
We will work closely with the Ministry of Tourism to shape policies that protect our parks, streamline licensing, make Kenya the easiest African destination to do business in.
An ambitious plan to attract 5.5 million visitors by the financial year 2027-2028, but today my peers whispered to me and said, no, June, I want 10 billion. Challenge accepted.
A digital business mapping program has been launched aiming to improve visibility and accessibility for enterprises. Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry Mombasa Chapter Chairperson Aboud Jamal says the project will use geographic information systems and digital registries to create a unified business directory covering enterprises of all sizes. Jamal says the project will improve market access, support investment decisions, and strengthen data-driven planning.
We are building an economic infrastructure that is future-proof. Reliable business data supports smarter planning, better investment decisions, improved access to financing, and of course, stronger economic policy. When businesses become visible, economies become stronger. When entrepreneurs become discoverable, opportunities can multiply. And when businesses grow, communities prosper.
Sports now, where Kenya Pipeline women's volleyball team were crowned champions of the annual Genocide Memorial Volleyball Tournament after defeating hosts APR Women Volleyball Club 3-0 in the final played on Sunday in Rwanda. Performance to overcome APR in straight sets of 25-17, 25-20 and 25-15, securing their prestigious regional title. APR are coached by Kenyan tactician Justice Kagwiri, that is, who previously guided Kwathanze Secondary School, one of Kenya's most successful school volleyball programs, and former national schools champions. Following their triumph in Rwanda, Kenya Pipeline will now turn their attention to the Kenya Volleyball Federation National League quarterfinal playoffs scheduled for the June 26th to 28th in Mombasa, where they will be aiming to continue their impressive form on the domestic front. We move on, where Robert Kaniu emerged as the overall winner of the inaugural edition of the Isuzu MUX Golf Tournament held last weekend at Muthaiga Golf Club. Kaniu bagged the top prize after amassing 50 points. Don Maina and Rose Washira tied on 44 points to claim the men's and women's titles, respectively. Dorcas Njoroge finished second with 42 points, with Dennis Muridi finishing second in the men's category. Rachit Patel won the overall guest golfers category with 74 points, while Mandela Njonjo bagged the junior title. The tournament brought together over 200 golfers from across the country. That's where we bring the news to a close this morning. It's always a pleasure to host you on Good Morning Kenya. My name is Marie Yambo, and of course, Good Morning Kenya still continues, so stay with us if you can.
She doesn't look like a monster.
She could be a fox demon. Look at that man. He could be a cat demon.
You really think that I'm a cat?
There's one more thing. Tao Yanbing has arrived at Mir Village.
This is incredible.
Great. Welcome back. It's now 7 on the dot. Welcome back to the program. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. We're now getting into discussing politics. That's how we do it. Kenya is run by politics, so it's going to be an interesting debate here for the next 1 hour. So I ask you to stay with us. My name is Victor Ulo. All right. My guest already in studio. Introduce him shortly. But I want to take you through the front page of the local dailies, and of course I'll also ask my guests to help me in doing this. Let me start by taking you through the front page of the Standard. The Standard says that cry for justice. That's on the front page of the Standard, cry for justice. There you go. This in with relations to the Gen Z protest of 2024. So the Standard says that a faceless, digitally organized generation sparked a civic movement that peaked in June 25th, 2024, when protesters breached parliament during the anti-tax Gen Z uprising. The protest reshaped the political landscape and ushered in a new wave of youth-led activism. But they also turned violent amid widespread allegations of police brutality. 2 years on, the calls for systematic change have not faded. Youth groups, human rights organizations, the clergy, and opposition leaders are still demanding justice and accountability from President William Ruto's administration. That is on the front page of the Standard newspaper. Amongst some of the Gen Z demands were justice and accountability, public apology. That was happening. National remembrance that they seek to do on June 25th. There's also access and participation and adequacy of compensation. Remember, that was done last week. The reparation and the compensation committee is already set in place, and 2 billion shillings already set aside for that. They're also seeking for adequate, timely, realistic, and transparent compensation with that. And finally, they're talking about guarantees of non-reparation. Some of them are actually complaining that they made a clear commitment that never again will the police kill innocent Kenyans, but in place, concrete measures to end the killings of innocent citizens. That is on the front page of the Standard newspaper. And of course, when you take a look into the inner pages, quite related to that is that unfinished business. Anniversary rekindles Gen Z's push for change. That is what I have here. And finally, there was a case of Martha Karua being deported from Uganda yesterday when she landed for the hearing of Kizza Besigye in Kampala. But then Karua arrived in Entebbe International Airport aboard the Kenya Airways flight alongside Law Society of Kenya President, that is Charles Kanjama. And the delegation had traveled to Kampala to attend the bail hearing of Arias Lukwago, who represents the country's opposition figure Kizza Besigye. And they were all deported back. And of course, the Ugandan Law Society also condemned that, together with the Kenya counterpart, Law Society of Kenya. That is on the front page of the Standard newspaper. I have to toss it over to Anthony Gitonga. Anthony, good morning.
Good morning, Victor.
You can take us through the front page of the Daily Nation. Go ahead.
Very good. Good morning, and thank you for this opportunity. So as we see the Daily Nation, we see the headline is Puzzle over Ruto Cybersecurity. I think here is really about the controversy on this particular agency that is being established. As you'll be able to see, President Ruto has established the National Cybersecurity Agency, which is packed with security chiefs through an order published in a special issue of the Kenya Gazette, but a seemingly routine executive action that has sparked controversy. All right, queries emerged about the procedure for Parliament approval of the regulation anchoring the agency and its sweeping mandate. I think here the issue is really how is this going to be implemented?
Yes.
And how does Parliament come in to be able to do this? And what are the do's and don'ts? And what is clarity about it? Because remember, we also headed to very sensitive times. And social media is going to play a very pivotal role.
Yeah.
So I think the questions that everybody could be asking
this is tied to the cybersecurity and data protection.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I think what has been established now is the agency to be able to implement the cybersecurity strategies in our country. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Mheshimiwa, Dr. Anthony Gitonga, I beg your pardon, he's a doctor, so I think it's also important to mention that. Mheshimiwa, Honorable Francis Mwangangi is the Deputy Governor of Machakos County. Mheshimiwa, good morning.
Good morning.
Please take us through the front page of The Star.
Thank you for the invite.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana. Now, on The Star, there is the main topic.
Yes.
Is Tibet boom. Talking about 1.2 million entrants who have enrolled to these institutions. The Tibet are technical institutions.
Yes.
That for those students who might not be entering to universities, or they are even some of them might have attained even degrees, but they want technical skills. They join these institutions and acquire those skills.
What's the amount there on this time?
They are talking about 1.2 million as help funds, 823 Kenya students.
That's Tibet boom. Entry hits 1.2 million as help funds. 823 students, 1,000 students. That's not a bad one.
Yes, and then there is also Kalonzo borrows from Obama's playbook in 2027 State House.
There's a reason why I gave you that newspaper, intentionally, because of that. Because of that.
So here we are seeing President Barack Obama was America's project for White House run way back in 2008. It is the same style that this leader is applying to ensure he is people's project ahead of next year's general election. Then there is why Mombasa is betting on bicycles to solve its future transport crisis. They are encouraging people to use bicycles so that they can reduce traffic on the road. And then finally, there is a father sentenced to death for poisoning, stamping two daughters aged 3 and 9. This barbaric father, I think, has now gotten justice.
Yeah.
Although I don't know whether it is the nature of our justice. Sometimes it takes too long. You see a crime committed here and a crime committed elsewhere. Maybe we might take 3, 4, 10 times longer to secure conviction or setting somebody free. And sometimes, like Martin Luther King said, justice delayed is justice denied. So maybe fatherhood, parenthood, it is an issue that we need to advocate. More communication to reduce stress and all that. Thank you.
Okay. Very much. So let's come back to that. And I still start with you, Mheshimiwa. Now that your mic is still on and warm, Based on what on the front page of the Star, that Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka is borrowing from the Obama playbook ahead of 2027 presidential election. 2 weeks ago, he launched a website.
Yes.
Which is more or less the same as that of Obama.
Yes.
When he was running for the presidency in the US. And it worked for him.
Yes.
You were in attendance?
Yes.
You can give us basically what it means.
Basically, actually, the main thing is engaging, ensuring every Kenyan, everyone who minds about the welfare of this country is involved.
Yes.
Getting masses to be involved. Two is, I don't know why, of late you hear people talking about myself, saying this, we have to do this. It is not about you when you are in a public office. It is about the country. It is about the area you represent. So in this case, Mheshimiwa Kalonzo would wish, as he progresses, as he marches forward,
yes,
ahead of next year, he would wish to have input of Kenyans on what they need, what they want in the leadership, what they prefer, as opposed to what he thinks, what the people advising him thinks. Decision making is a process that needs to be involved, because when you are in a public office, you are holding that office in trust. There are people who elected you to that office, and you need to ensure, first and foremost, carry their aspirations with you and ensure you execute those aspirations as per the constitution of the country. So it is not somewhere where you go and execute your thoughts, your ideas. No. It must be people-led. Yes.
I mean, when you look at that, Dr.
Yes.
I just want to come back to the other sides of Kenyan politics. And of course, when you see, based on what is there, it seems that Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka is trying to catch up with time. We are in this digital era. So, almost on a scale of 1 to 10, almost everybody randomly will find 9 people are on their phones. But now the actualization and marketing this is a problem. I don't know how he's intending, because you're a member of Wiper, Mheshimiwa, how he's intending to popularize the system that it's going to reach many voters at the same time. You'll help me understand that later. But what do you make of that? I mean, it's quite interesting that we can... Our Kenyan system and American system is more or less the same.
Yes. No, I think it's a very good way to start. We must appreciate that technology is going to play a very important role in the coming elections, all right? And especially now, as you continue saying that the Gen Zs are going also to play a key role. The young people have we have the numbers when it comes to the young people, the new voters. So I think His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka is trying to start right, which is quite a welcome move, to take advantage of that technology and to really position himself as that, digital candidate, and be able to will be able to resonate also with the new voters. So it's a very welcome move, but he must also understand, that internet also has really the pros and cons. The digital team needs to be very proactive, so that again it doesn't turn to work really against him. We have seen in many other cases where if that system is not properly handled, it could end up also through cybersecurity, through cyber attacks, phishing of information, and it's going to be very critical information that is going to be stored in that particular website. If people are going to register, if there's going to be sensitive information about the Wiper leader. So in terms of really protecting that space, I think is something that the Wiper team needs to be very keen on. But it's also important to mention that I am in DCP party, and technology, we also appreciate the role of technology, and we're also getting ourselves prepared. Of course, really working closely with the Wiper team. We fully understand that before we can win an election in 2027, that election will first be won online. It is online that you create perception. It is through online that you're able to counter propaganda, you know, from different sources. It is through online that we're also able to relay the correct information through websites, through applications, and so on and so forth.
Okay. Also still waiting for Daktari. Mheshimiwa Das Mukatano, who is the senator of Tana River. He sent me a message sometime in the night. He'll be here shortly. Okay, so let's just come back. Mheshimiwa, when you look at all this, there is an implementation gap. I'm asking this because when you look at what the elections were in 2002, 2007, we are now in 2027, there's a lot of evolution that have taken place. What happened in 10 years ago is definitely going to be so different. What do you think is going to be different based on actually what you also experienced in the last election and you're most likely to experience in the next cycle in 2027?
A number of things. One is the application of technology. As Daktari has said, of late, not everybody can assemble in Uhuru Park and listen to our leaders, articulate their ideas and their policies once they are in power, what they will implement. But you need a system that is all inclusive, a system where people can contribute from wherever they are. And I'm talking of contribution of ideas. There was 10 years ago, technology wasn't an issue. We had not so much informed population as it is today. Nowadays here, you can make a comment here and it goes viral globally, not even in this country. Somebody in America could be watching this program. Somebody in New Zealand could be watching this program as we debate here. So there is a lot of changes, particularly technology-wise. There is a lot of changes, particularly on how our people are involved and informed. Yes, there is also a lot of changes when it comes to the country's governance. The way people understood their rights then is not the same as today. The involvement of our young population, we saw during 2024's Gen-Z protests, you saw technology played a central role.
Absolutely.
So there are a lot of changes that were not there 10 years ago and are there, and they will continue evolving, they will continue changing. So it is incumbent of the leaders to ensure they change. Now, allow me to comment something on the Kalonzo-Obama playbook. I think harnessing technology and ensuring those who are not even members of WIPA, ensuring within the integration of the East African community, Kenyans residing, working, or studying abroad, ensuring anybody, any partner in this country gets involved and also is informed of what is happening, I think plays a key role here. And what the WIPA Patriotic Front leader is trying to achieve is we want to ensure when it comes to decision making, it is something which is well researched. And as our brothers and sisters in DCP say of listening to the ground, you ensure the ground is listened, incorporated, and they are part and parcel as we move forward. That is very important. There is another aspect. In Kenya today, if as a deputy governor, this afternoon I walk out of that office and I'm no longer the deputy governor, then you find me somewhere on stage waiting for a matatu. Whether it is on my own volition or the circumstances dictate, people will start wondering, but this guy was a deputy governor. Meaning, the mentality in a section of us is that of, you are a Mheshimiwa MCA, you need to be very rich. You need to have grabbed everything everywhere, every available land. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that is not the way. What His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is doing is telling people, you need to play your part. I play mine, so that together we can do great things and transform this country. You don't have to loot everything so that you can be seen to run a very important and very well-branded campaign.
What is one thing that is so unique that he borrowed from Obama's playbook?
It's not, when you compare, although there are some similarities, actually it is not, I don't know where this writer got this, but it is not per se what Obama applied. But what we are doing is to getting as many people as possible to get involved in all ways, including decision making. Yes.
Okay, Doctor, look at the formal constitutional framework that we have.
Yes.
Kenya enjoys that space quite a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, we are getting into a position in come 2027 where a lot of constitutional reforms and the platform that we are enjoying as Kenyans are actually is giving us that leeway to critique our leaders openly, without any fear, contradiction. It doesn't matter where you come from, but the Constitution has given us that open platform to participate and open our views openly. Do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing? How important is that?
I think it's a very good thing. Like DG says, we have a very robust constitution, our 2010 constitution, and gives room for everybody to participate. Remember some of the wins from the 2010 constitution. One is public participation. And I think it's a very positive gesture to see that leaders now are willing to engage the public. In DCP, like he has said, it's listening to the people, listening to the ground, so that the policies that we'll be able to formulate, you know, once we get to office, and that is still the same concept, that there are people centric, that people feel included, and it's still part of that democratic process of ensuring that every citizen is heard and every citizen's views are incorporated. All right. So I think in terms of public participation, that is a very positive gesture.
Yes.
Remember also when it comes to the provisions of Article 37 of our Constitution, really about the right to assemble, the right to gather, the right to picket, the right to come together. All that is taken care of. And I think now is really what we are seeing is harnessing technology to be able to help us be able to achieve some of these gains from our Constitution. Technology, like I've said, is going to help us achieve so much. So like we have seen before, a lot of public rallies, you can imagine that in the next election, most of those rallies will also be held online. All right, we have seen the X Spaces, we have seen the TikToks of today, conversations and so on and so forth. So it's a very welcome gesture, Victor, and really helps us to still be able to achieve the intention of our Constitution.
Okay, Mheshimiwa, what about that? As Constitution, whatever we are enjoying, is it going to affect the next cycle of election? Because we are seeing a lot of changes in between. I know my rights. And he's talked about something which is quite fundamental, public participation. When Jiko knows where she is supposed to be.
Referring to the third arm of government, Judiciary, many of the decisions by the government, by state agencies, by our regional parliaments, are being thrown away due to lack of proper public participation. It's very important. It is actually central to our Constitution. Even we are in court, and I'm saying we, because we are in solidarity, because of the manner in which the second deputy president was removed from office.
Who is we?
We is Kenyans who matter about constitutionalism. Whether we are there physically or otherwise, there are those who want to know and get and ensure proper processes, adherence to our Constitution. So when you look at the argument in courts, and I don't want to get into it because the matter is still
active.
Yes. Is the issue of the involvement of Kenyan population. People who put that particular leader into that position.
I think because this is because of Article 1, power belongs to the people.
Yes.
And they have delegated that to the leaders.
Yes.
So you must actually consult Wanjiku before you make a decision.
Yes.
All right.
Even anything you do and it is touching on the public, it has to have people's input. So the next election, I can tell you, there are still those Kanu-era politicians who still think there is anything they can do to manipulate the coming elections. They will be in for a very rude shock. I quote a certain leader, I don't know who in 2002, even when it was obvious that the third president of the Republic of Kenya is Emilio Moi Kibaki, they were still enjoying tea in State House, thinking Moi will do something to change the situation. I will tell you, the next one, I think by 6, you will be seeing some declarations which will be authenticated by the IEBC this time round, courtesy of technology, courtesy of the changes that are happening, courtesy of people's appreciating and knowing their rights. So there is going to be major shift from anything we have ever witnessed.
And that is why many Kenyans can actually stand and ask questions. Let's just go back in the day. You'd see a policeman and you'd literally take off.
Yeah.
Literally. But right now, what happens?
You engage.
You engage, you ask
challenge.
You challenge them.
Correct.
And even the policemen or the security forces also challenge you because it's an open space.
Yeah.
But even when that is happening, the other side of it is we are in the space of transactional political marketplace.
Yeah.
Who has the fat basket to bring forth many people into the fold? Does it really worry you, because you're also contesting?
Yeah. It doesn't worry me because remember, politics is a game of numbers, all right? So whoever or whichever team that is able to get the most numbers really carries the day, and that is really what democracy is all about, all right? The majority will have their way, but the minority also need to have their say. So I think it's really, it's positive, Victor, if you look at it, because it gives room for everybody to participate. Like you've said, we are in a very open space.
Yes.
And today you can challenge, you can engage, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's online, and there won't be any negative consequences just because you have challenged a police officer. We have seen it happening.
Yeah.
But I think what we need to do, and all of us, is we enjoy that democratic space. We need to do it within the confines of the law. Everybody has a right. And we are told that where your rights stop is where my rights begin. We need to respect everybody's, each and everyone's right. All right? My right to picket does not mean that I need to go and arm someone else. Doesn't mean that I need to go and stop someone else from running their business. Doesn't mean that I need to stop kids from going to school. Those are things that we need to enjoy and appreciate, that we live in an ecosystem. You do whatever you need to do as long as it's within the law. Allow somebody else to do whatever they need to do as long as it's also within the confines of the law.
Yeah. But let's talk about, because I also asked the transactional nature of our political system.
Yeah.
It's going to play a very key role as we head towards 2027.
Yeah.
It's like we are more of in a marketplace.
Yeah.
That the highest bidder will grab it.
Yeah.
Mheshimiwa, do you believe that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes and no.
Okay. My director says that we need to take a break as you think about that.
It's okay.
Okay. The transactional political marketplace, it's a crazy one.
Yeah.
And then we also want to take a look at basically how devolution has been. You are at the center of it. The county government, you cried during the finance bill that you're not given enough money. You wanted 520 billion shillings?
When we come back, I will comment on it.
So, let's take a break.
Now I have two issues.
So,
transactional politics and devolution.
Yes. We'll talk about that. Stay with us.
Kila mwisho wa juma kwenye runinga yako ya KBC Channel 1.
Tunakuletea Mkulima.
Ni kipindi cha kila mtu.
Iwe wewe ni mkulima mdogo, mkulima mkubwa, muuzaji au mnunuzi,
au yeyote anayenuia kuanzisha kilimo ama ufugaji. Tazama Mkulima kila Jumamosi saa 10:30.
Ambapo kilimo na fursa zinapatikana.
All right, welcome back. So let's continue this. The discussion still continues. The many sides of the Kenyan politics. So, Mheshimiwa, I asked two questions. One, let's start with the first one. The transactional political marketplace, how it's affecting our political temperature and the landscape generally.
I take that one to mean three issues. One is big moneyed leaders. Two, and how they are dishing it out to people. The two is how some of us are buying others for political support. And three is how we are using money to influence us to be liked by the electorate. To all of them, I say, we have to be, it will to some extent, at least 10-12% will influence. But people are aware, particularly some of us who are in political space. You will continue dishing out the money, but you will still go home if you have not worked. If you are a crisis leader, ever solving crisis, you will still go home. If you have no idea, but you have the power of money, and you think you can buy yourself to leadership, because of the nature. You know, as you dish out the money, people are debating online.
And laws are being passed.
Yes. Last night, we had a global meeting online where Europe, America, everywhere, people, this council, European Council of Foreign Relations, there was issues we were debating because there is an ongoing meeting that is currently ongoing about Africa and the world vis-a-vis the impact of the just concluding America-Israel versus Iran war and the impact of that to the international economy. Now, that is global. People are debating globally without moving from where you are sitting. So as you continue trying to buy your way, I will tell you, those transactions, the population is able to discuss and paint you to who you are, not what you are trying to paint yourself to them to be. I'll give an example. There is this concluded finance bill that was being voted in Parliament.
Yes.
Almost 200 MPs skipped. And I can tell you, when you look at debate online, Actually, they are worse off than those who went, debated, and fought it or did not fought for it. Because leadership is, you would rather make a bad decision than not making one at all.
Right.
In the amendment of the 2011 September attack in America, specifically New York Trade Center, World Trade Center, there is something the then president of US told the world. It is either you are with America or you are with the enemy.
Yes.
There is nothing like sitting somewhere in between. There is no that room. I can tell you, in the coming election, going forward, we are facing a very informed population that is facing serious and enormous challenges. Economic challenges specifically. People are suffering in this country. Millions are moving from gainful employment to poverty. In this country, people are running away from this country. Go to Arab world and see how Kenyans are flocking to those capitals in search of employment. Meaning there is a major challenge here. Kenyans are running regional economies, not because because they cannot stay here. They have run away because of high taxation regime locally here.
How does this really affect democracy, Mheshimiwa? Because
it is. You know, when you are unable to make a decision because of your level of poverty, it is going to affect you, the way you express yourself, the way you live, the way you make decisions, the way you participate in building yourself, hence building your country. It is going to affect.
Let's just come back to you. Still on the marketplace, the transactional political marketplace. If you are in a political position, for example, that every decision you have to make, it has to be transactional, how does that affect governance? You'll answer that, but also you can answer that, Daktari.
Yes.
How does that affect governance? Because when Wanjiku expects services to be rendered, but when in this marketplace, it becomes...
It does. It does affect governance. Because then it will reach a point where decisions are compromised. All right? Because there was a transaction. And that is what we keep telling even our people. That culture of handouts need to stop so that we elect free-minded leaders who are able to make decisions and who will not run away from you because they came and dished out monies and maybe bought votes from you. So I think it's something that Wanjiku through civic education must understand, that this transaction at the end of the day plays quite negatively when it comes to governance, because you will come, somebody who has the money, like DG says, they do not have a plan, they do not have the ideas, then they do not have the competency, to be a leader. But because they have the money, they'll come and buy their way into leadership. That compromises governance, because for you to have effective governance, you need to have competent leaders. You need to have very courageous leaders, like he's saying. It is very embarrassing, Victor, that on a very important day when Parliament should be debating and voting for the finance bill, more than half, more than 50% of the members are not present. That compromises governance in itself, because even if that particular bill passes, we appreciate that it has not been voted even by a simple majority, because a simple majority was missing from the House. So it has ultimately a very negative impact on governance. You have leaders who are not able to make decisions. You have leaders who are afraid to represent, to stand with the people, and it is not a very good thing. All right?
Yes.
So that transaction, politics and leadership need to come to an end. Again, what we need to do, what that does is that it denies leaders who may not have the money to get the opportunities to serve. All right? Right now we are seeing many young competent leaders, coming up and with all the competency, but if they are not well equipped to be able to do the transactions, they do not have the money, then it means they do not have the opportunity to serve. They don't get into Parliament, they don't get into office. Ultimately, what that does is that our decision-making processes as a people and through government will be compromised.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mheshimiwa, I'm getting a question here. Just before you answer that, you've been a member of parliament before.
Yes.
What happens when members are absent from parliament and there's a voting taking place? What normally takes place? And where do they stand? Those who abstained, does it mean that they voted yes or no? The 200 of them, where do they stand?
First, let me tell you something. The interested parties, particularly who are going to be affected by the legislation, sometimes they can finance that absence.
Correct.
You are well taken care of. As people fought, you are somewhere being massaged by some fellows, somewhere in either Naivasha, Kisumu, or Mombasa.
We're just in the cafeteria there.
Yes, no, cafeteria, no.
Dubai.
Somewhere. And then at the end, those interests, they carry the day. That is basically what happens.
So where do they stand when they don't vote?
Obviously, what happens is a decision of parliament, whether it's meant by 2 people, or 3, or 10, or 360, is a decision of parliament. And you are there by it.
Okay.
So what means is what passed. Whether you agreed or not, it does not matter. It is a decision of parliament, and you are bound by it. Those guys, they did not vote, but you wait for the social events this coming weekend from Thursday. You will see how they will be talking. Yet, we elected you to go there to represent us. We elected you there to go and legislate. We elected you to go to that national parliament to oversight the executive. So what basically happens is a decision is meant and it is meant. But those who meant you to be away, they win because they achieved what they wanted.
Yeah.
There are so many ways of achieving a decision in the public sector. One, you can buy even for public participation. And people come, and it is declared, publicly backed. When you know too well, you just purchased and secured some people, sat somewhere, they signed for you, and that is done. So basically what happens is that decision is passed, and it is the decision of parliament. Now, once it is passed, the choice you have is to go to court. That is the only case you have. The other one is you can go the Gen Z way. You go to the public. Once the system feels threatened, the president or the governor might not sign that law into law. You return it with the comments, or you reject it in a way, you look a way of killing it. So that is what happens. Now, allow me to comment on one thing Dr. said, and it's very important. You know, this transactional business, I want to tackle the word sources. Sources, I mean, where am I getting monies to go and dish out?
The transactional marketplace.
At national level, very many previous administrations, including even this one, sometimes you see these so relevant projects which are ever financed. That is the source. Something that is supposed to be happening in your village. Something that is supposed to be a program that is so good, that is supposed to be transforming this country. Money is looted so that somebody can have resources to bribe the public. So, majority of the sitting leaders, that is what they do.
Yeah.
You must look for some sources for your money. When you see somebody just dishing out money left, right, that is not your money. It's public looted money. If not drugs money. Because how do you sweat for your money and you go out dishing it out everywhere? How? It's not practically possible.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So that affects governance, because if, for example, I am either an elected leader, either an MCA or a governor, or even at the state level. If I'm supposed to supply drugs to hospitals, if I'm supposed to do roads, if I'm supposed to provide water, because I'm looting these funds for myself and to have extra to dish to the public, and they participate in those things, these things will be compromised. Right. Governance is compromised completely. Yes.
Okay. Actually, what the president actually is scheduled to sign, he signed today into law. Of course, having confirmed that he will assent to the legislation following the divisive passage in Parliament. So he talked about it yesterday. He also chided on people members of Parliament who actually opposed it. He was speaking in Kirinyaga yesterday, but he's going to sign it today, this morning, in Parliament. Okay, so let's come back, Dr. There is the ethnic layer that we see ahead of it, and we can actually sense it as we speak, that this region and that region, when they gang up against that region, is going to be this region versus that. Let's talk about the ethnic and elite alliance layer that we are experiencing in the country. How is it going to affect, how does it affect governance and progress that you're making as a nation, even with the most recent one, going to the election?
Yeah. Before coming to that, there's something that I just wanted also to really reinforce that DG has mentioned, that Kenyans need to know that if we are going to continue with these handouts, if your politician comes and keeps giving you money every other time, you know, it's always about handouts. One thing you must understand, that is not his money. That is not her money. That is money that has been looted from the public coffers, all right? And if we are keen to continue receiving this money, when you go to the hospital and there is no medicine, please do not complain, because that is the money that you received. If your roads are not being repaired, if your roads are not being made properly, that is the money that was looted. So that connection needs to be very clear, so that even as we get into the elections 2027, people will appreciate, because a lot of money will be brought. This is stolen money from your taxes, and we need to know that it has an impact on governance and on how we see development. Coming to your question, I said earlier that politics is about numbers, right? And whoever has the numbers carries the day, wins, all right? So it is up to the politicians, it is up to the political class to see how they bring the numbers to their basket, all right? In Kenya, fortunately or unfortunately, one of the formulas that has been seen to win is actually through the ethnic arithmetics, all right? Get this particular block, combine with this particular block, and you win. And that is the politics, unfortunately or fortunately, that we see in our country. It has been there for many years. It will continue to be there because at the end of the day, all of us belong to some tribes. All of us belong to some regions. How does it affect governance? One is that you'll continue to see some parts of the country being more developed than others, all right? Because if it means that this particular block is the one that came out fully to form government, then what I would call their shares in that government are likely to be more, all right? If that happens, then development, most of the development also goes with the leaders that are more in that particular government or in that particular administration. So politics is about numbers. There'll be many ways to bring these numbers through regions, through tribes, through blocks, through political parties. At the end of the day, I think what we need to appreciate now as leaders is that once we get into office, we need to serve all Kenyans equally, because that is what the Constitution dictates. Everybody has a right to development. Everybody is entitled, to live comfortably, as government needs to provide the basics, all right? So that is what we'll continue to see. That formula, Victor, is not just about to change. And remember, even in the preamble of our Constitution, it recognizes, all right, our ethnicity, our tribes, our regions, and diversity is our strength. But the challenge we'll continue to give politicians is to use it to their advantage, not to the disadvantage of our country and of our politics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mheshimiwa, when you look at that, the ethnic blocking, you've heard the word of cousins and all that.
Yes.
What does it really mean in politics?
Allies.
Allies?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what of people who are not cousins?
All Kenyans are cousins. All Kenyans who do not subscribe to looting, mismanagement of their public affairs, who value rule of law, who respect human rights, who observe democratic principles, those are cousins, are allies, because they want a better country, a country that is prosperous. So that is the meaning. Those who are not cousins are looters, are people who love doing evil, are criminals. And definitely they are also cousins because they might be a group of them.
Now that's what I'm talking about, the ethnic mobilization.
So now, first and foremost, allow me to say this. African politics, it is proven through various researches and studies that politics is played. When you hear the term politics is local, it means, it might not mean per se but the needs, the aspirations of that particular, whether it is a ward, the needs of that particular ward might not be similar to another one. So it is local because you need to find out what is this they need, what is their aspirations, what are their challenges, okay? African politics, going back to that point, is mobilized through local communities. Every African community, if you go, they will tell you, we know who our leader is. Just like it's in religious.
Yeah.
If you are a Catholic, you know the hierarchy, you are priest, you are bishop, you are archbishop, you are cardinal, you are pope. It is clear.
Yeah.
If you are an AIC, if you are an Anglican, it is the same. So when it comes to politics, the ethnic comes in because there is that line. Victor, we are three of us, and I believe all of us are family people, unless one of us is a priest or has decided to be single for his own reasons. But we also come from families. We know, I know who my mother is. That does not mean I don't value other women.
Correct.
I know who my wife is. That does not mean I don't value the rest of the population, especially women. I know who my daughter is. I know who my grandmother is. That lineage. And when you come to biblical, we know the basic unit of family is that nuclear family, which is ended by, is placed there by God. A man is the head of the family, and the neck is the wife, then children. So politically, when people mobilize ethnically, and we know who our leader is as a community, it should not be a crime. In fact, the unity of the communities is good for this country, because at the end of the day, we will have a cohesive country.
What is that spinal cord of forming government if it's not the ethnic mobilization? You know, when the spinal cord is broken, the whole body cannot function. Doctor, you know that.
Yeah.
But then it's not even about the economic ideologies. So long as this community can come with this community, form numbers together, you have got this together, then you are good to go.
Victor, let me take you back to 2002. I'm saying so because at least, although I was still in school, but I had an understanding why people were voting. It was not the question of removing a Moi Akalejin and bringing in a Kikuyu in the name of Emilio Mwai Kibaki.
No, it was not the reason.
It was about the issues and the change that this country wanted.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But give it to him. Mwai Kibaki came from a family, came from a community, and for that matter, is a Kenyan citizen. Okay? So, if you can get that arithmetic and get it, it is political game. You know, if I get this one, and add this one, and add this one, you will make it, play by it.
Okay.
And use it in a good way to transform the country, not to exclude others.
Okay.
Okay?
You know, you talked about...
in this case,
yes.
Remember, I take viewers to the 3 meetings, the 3 persons meeting in Serena. This was the late 2 gentlemen and a lady who is there. The late Emilio Mwai Kibaki, the late Kijana Wamalwa, and Charlie Tegiro. They started by taking tea in Serena. And it continued until they built a movement that vanquished Kanu from power.
Yeah.
So in this case, if you can use it and ensure stability of the country, progress of the country, proper laws, by the way, here, I challenge anyone viewing us, anyone watching us, including this panel, what President Kibaki achieved out of that tea breakfast, in weekly breakfast in Serena, has never been achieved by any leader before, and we will take time for others to come because of the destruction that has been done by this administration.
Do you know why I'm keen on that statement?
Yes.
He wants to fill the shoes of President Mwai Kibaki.
I wish him well.
And that is why I didn't want to interject. I hope you just got the point clearly, Dr.
Yes. No, I agree. And I've said it before.
Yes.
I want to agree that politics are very local, friend, Victor. And he's explained it very well. You know, politics are very local. And in politics, we have the end and the means. Okay? There is a certain... school of thought that will say the end will justify the means. Others will say the means will justify the end. All right. But at the end of the day, it's first to see how do you win government? How do you make sure that you win the power to be able to run government? And that is the arithmetics we're talking about. And there is no harm at all if these particular blocks are going to come together against the other blocks, because it is not an enmity. It is just how do we get the numbers, all right, to be able to form government. And once you form government, then governance is really for everybody. Yes, it is true. DG is aware that I'm running to be member of parliament for that constituency. And I'm seeking to try and fill the very big shoes of His Excellency Mwai Kibaki, who served as our president 2002 to 2013. Of course, those are extremely big shoes. But I think what is important is to learn from his style of politics, from his way of engaging people. Emilio Mwai Kibaki was very inclusive, all right? He brought everybody together. All leaders felt that they were contributing positively to his government. Kenyans felt the impact of his government because the policies were very inclusive. And then he separated, which is also very important, politics from governance. Politics helps you to form government. Once you're in government, then you exercise governance and you exercise that administration to be able to run a country fairly. You remember, Victor, some of his policies, and I want to agree totally with DG that perhaps he's one of the best presidents we've ever had, and we'll continue to read about Mwai Kibaki for many years. His style of politics, his way of looking at things, his inclusiveness nature when it comes to bringing all the leaders together. But I want to draw our attention to 2 key policies that we still see today. One is free primary education, all right? He was very keen to say that education is a game changer. Before we can talk about anything else, let us ensure that every Kenyan child has access to basic education. And you'll be surprised that the Gen Zs we see today, you know, the awareness we see today is as a result of the free primary education. Because now our generations are empowered, they're educated, and they have that very free space to be able to engage. Number 2, which has largely been eroded, is the zero tolerance to corruption. All right? We saw the goodwill back in the day to fight corruption. All right? It was government policy that if any police officer if any government officer, demands a bribe from you, then you are actually even free to take him to police. All right, we saw many times along our highways when even the passengers would walk out and stop the police from collecting a bribe from a driver. All right, we saw many leaders who were actually arrested and prosecuted because there was goodwill to fight corruption.
Yeah.
Today we don't see that. Today all we hear many cosmetic theories and a lot of big talk. We are going to fight corruption. We are going to prosecute, but there is no action at all, Victor. And those are the comparisons that we'll continue to make. So drawing from that, that is why I'm inspired, because of that is home, to run as Member of Parliament and continue with that legacy of His Excellency Mwai Kibaki, not just from a constituency level, but also through the county and also through the country at large. Because that legacy of a leader who is inclusive, that legacy of a leader who thinks about people first needs to continue. Yeah.
Mheshimiwa Mwangangi, Mwai Kibaki would say, haya basi, hiyo sasa imetosha hiyo.
Haijatosha?
Kijana hako sawa.
No, for him, I think I wish him well.
Yeah.
Thank you. The Daktari, best of luck.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
You asked a very important question. And before we get out of it, the issue of marketplace, the issue of mortgaging our nini, the issue of ethnic mobilization. You can use it, but once you are in power, you ensure you govern the entire country.
Yeah, correct.
You ensure you are inclusive. You ensure accountability. You accept to be held to account. Now, allow me to say this, citing the third president of the Republic of Kenya. And he worked very well with His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Kalonzo might not have come forward to say this is what I've discussed with the president. This is not what I've advised the president, but I am sure the two gentlemen did a lot to transform this country. Any decision that was meant for the betterment of the country. Today, we are seeing people grab land, huge chunks of land, and the next thing you see in the budget is a road to that land. And then some of us are told, like, we have not gone to school. We don't think. Atuna agenda. Agenda cannot be grabbing and tammacking and ensuring you have proper electricity and water in your land.
Yeah.
Just to get you gain a lot from the sweat of millions of Kenyans. That is not what public service is all about. Now, President Kibaki and then Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, remember, and I want the scholars will agree with me, and Kenyans watching us will agree with me, any decision that was meant to with a focus to 210 constituencies then. I'll give an example. It was during then, on top of what Daktari has emulated, it was during then that we witnessed money for roads in each of 210 constituencies. It was then that there was a scourge of AIDS. AIDS money was sent to constituency level, and DCs were meant to form committees under the directorship of the medical personnel to fight the scourge. Then, it was then electricity money was sent at the constituency level. It was then that CDF was enacted during Kibaki's time. So, when you look at the policies then, and maybe after exit of Mwai Kibaki, what has been coming, you don't understand whether we are running a country or a section of the country.
Yeah.
I think we need to learn from where we left with President Kibaki, and that is why I'm unashamed. I'm not shameful to say, I think we have the person who remained in the name of Kalonzo Musyoka, who can pick it up from there, perfect what they did with President Kibaki, transform this country, and become the powerhouse of this continent. It is doable. Kalonzo will save devolution. President Kibaki implemented devolution before it was enacted in 2010 Constitution. Because when the budget of the country covered the whole country in the name of constituencies. And then that ensured economic activities in every part of this country. Opening of ideally areas that were not covered, which were not seen to be productive and which were neglected for the better part this country has existed. So we need to go back to that policy. And the way to go, and may God rest the third president into eternal peace, because he brought devolution, which we are trying to kill as a country. Because, Victor, today's media, you can see from Auditor General's report, it is telling us as a country annually, we are losing over 600 billion to corruption. It's not me. It is a government-backed and a public-financed agency which has facts telling us, look, you are losing. Assume that money goes to devolution. I'm part of the people who say devolution should be 50-50. With a view to 30% remaining at national level, 70% going to countrywide, so that we can continue generating more.
You've talked about the Auditor General's report, 600 billion shillings, and I'm looking at what the governors were demanding the next financial year.
Yes.
The governors were demanding 534 billion shillings, and you're only given 420 by the Treasury. The allocation was capped to 450 billion shillings. So I would imagine 600 billion shillings given to the
more
county.
than enough.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining. Okay.
No, Victor. Not given.
Allocated.
Actually added. And look at how that decision is meant. Somebody sits somewhere and it dictates shamelessly without even focusing on the people what is supposed to be provided for at the countryside.
Okay.
It's very unfortunate.
Someone just sent a message. Kumbe Mheshimiwa can be a reverend. I think it refers to what you said. You talked about the Bible, the familyhood, and the lineage, and the Pope, and all that. Kumbe Mheshimiwa can be a reverend. Amen. Reverend Mwangangi. Okay, so now let's come back to what is happening on Thursday. I think it's on the date. Standard, Mheshimiwa. You have the Standard there.
Yes.
That's it.
Cry for justice.
That's cry for justice. I think just a quick reminder on what's happening on Thursday. If it happens, Dr. Of which the president said that it's okay. You can go ahead. You can picket. You can demonstrate. You can commemorate. It's fine. But I just want to make a little bit of some sense on this. How would we commemorate it more effectively? How Gen Zs actually capitalize on this day to make it more useful than being more violent? How would this day be important? Because it was 25th of June 2024. It is already in a calendar somewhere that every 25th of every June there is a day to be marked. Though it's not gazetted. But how important can this day be marked usefully for the growth of the nation?
Yes, we are getting to the second anniversary of the Gen Z protest this Thursday.
And how did it change the political landscape?
It did.
Yeah.
But I think your first question is, we lost lives, Victor, and many families are still mourning and are still in pain. 61 lives lost is too high a number. And I think the government should allow that these families be able to remember their loved ones in very special ways. If they want to do some peaceful protest, if they want to go to town or to some place and lay some wreaths and flowers, I think they should be allowed to do that. The government should not be able to add salt to injury. These guys are already in pain, and much as we are talking about compensation today, that compensation has still not happened, and it's still not transparent, and that's another conversation that is happening. But yes, it has changed, all right? Because now we'll continue to see the young people being very vocal and wanting to be involved and demanding that before you can make any decisions, largely the future belongs to us. You cannot make decisions without engaging us, all right? And it's the young people really challenging the political class and challenging the leaders to do what is right, all right? Fundamentally, what is also important is that it's not just about remembering. We must also ask ourselves, how did we get there? How did it become that we have such a strong force? And these are the young people, and they came out in their numbers, all right, to protest and to challenge some of the decisions by government. What is this that they were challenging? Have those issues been addressed, Victor? We're talking about the high cost of food, high cost of living, job opportunities. We're talking about democratic engagements. We're talking about living free in your own country.
Yes.
Is it still happening today? What are some of the intentional steps that the government has undertaken to really reassure these young people that, yes, you challenged us, we have listened to you, and this is not going to happen again? But what we are saying, Victor, is that these issues are still continue to happen, all right? Cost of living continues to go up, all right? We don't see a government that is empathetic enough to say this is what you're going to do. You've seen today the cost of fuel where it is today. Job opportunities are becoming very minimal by the day. Gen Zs can see that the corruption in government is denying them opportunities, all right?
Yes.
Like the DG said, every other mega project by this administration is an opportunity for looting, all right? Is an opportunity for a few individuals in the high offices to steal from the public coffers. The Gen Z can see that. When we read every day from our dailies, 11 billion shillings lost from SHA, 11 billion shillings lost from Talanta Stadium, another 12 billion lost from I don't know what and what. It pains because that is the money that needed to have provided opportunities to the young people. So that is a conversation we need to have. We need to see a government that is not just saying we are going to compensate, but guys, these are the issues you raised, and this is what you're doing to address them. Because if that is not addressed, this protest will continue. And that is why, even last year, during the first anniversary, 15 lives were still lost. Is it necessary? Do we need to say that every 25th, the young people are going to go to the streets, and then the police are going to come and again a few lives are going to be lost? That is not the way to go. It needs to be a more inclusive approach. The government needs to engage these people, listen to them, and bring them on board.
Perfect. Yeah. I love the way it's going, because Mheshimiwa, when you look at how it can be organized, even back in the days, the politicians who are, the senior politicians right now, they were in their youthful stage at some point. You know, in 82, they saw whatever happened. You know, of course, we were affected as Broadcasting Corporation. 92, talk of 97 and all that. How can the Gen Z take advantage of this day and make it more profitable and push for a change in this government rather than fighting and losing lives constructively? In 1 minute, if you can.
The late Makueni senator, and in my view, national hero, the late Mutula Kilonzo, was known to fight for rule of law and upholding of democratic principles. Far away from this country, Lord Acton once said, power tends to corrupt, but absolute power tends to corrupt absolutely. Gen Zs can use their numerical strength, their knowledge, technology to advance enlarged democratic space. When you hear 600 billion are looted from mega, not even others, mega projects, it means you are looting their future. You are killing this country to be certain. When you see, instead of arresting somebody, taking that somebody through criminal justice system to ensure justice is attained. That is not done. Instead, they are killed. When you see a country coming up with a budget and they say they are going to borrow locally 1 trillion from the local market, it means you are killing the future of this country. Because that 1 trillion should be left for local businesses, for SMEs, for anyone who wants to start a business, anyone who has an idea to create wealth for citizens and wealth for this country. And they need to ensure rule of law is achieved, democratic principles are there too. They advocate for fairness. And by the way, Victor, do you know the difference between Kenya and the rest of the world, particularly developed world, is the manner in which we carry out our decisions and the way we delay, the way we sometimes influence judicial. So I think we should first and foremost, it is their democratic right to express themselves. I think other than government teaming up with the criminals, the way we have seen before, people being armed and working alongside security agencies, instead of doing that, we need to ensure we allow them to speak and we pick that which is good, which is being spoken, which can develop this country, implement and are there to the constitution. And I say this.
Yes, finally.
President Kibaki flew from here and landed in Garissa one time. They were campaigning. And the then provincial commissioner there denied him an opportunity to go and address people where he wanted. And it was few months to election. Let me tell you, he was the first casualty when Kibaki came to power. Those people who are not adhering to constitution, next year is coming and Kenyans are going to make decisions. You will be held to account. You will be held to account.
Okay.
So please, let's stick to the constitution.
I love the way you're putting it. And just a reminder, if the Gen Zs would just come and mobilize on that particular day, organize yourself, collaborate, and have your voice heard constructively, you can form a very serious force. And also the way you've put it, the government can also pick something, the way you said, DG, on something that they're going to say and implement, because it's a serious force. You know, we had Gen Zs way back in the 82, 92, 97, 2002, 2007, and right now we have another cohort of Gen Zs who are very powerful and they have got a very strong support base when it comes to politics. All right, I think we have to stop it there, gentlemen. We've done 1 hour. It has been an amazing discussion. Today we've not done this, but it's been more of education. Asante sana Daktari.
Thank you.
Dr. Anthony Vitonga, who is a political analyst, also running for parliamentary seat in Othaya constituency. Still, wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Mheshimiwa Francis Mwangangi, Honorable, representing the good people of Machakos. Asante sana.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. Okay, let's take a break. And we come back, we are crossing over to Zinga. Will be Dora Manya and Rashid Momkudo will be talking to Honorable Wycliffe Oparanya, who is the CS for SMEs. They'll be having a lot to discuss. He's the Cabinet Secretary for Ministry of Cooperatives and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. They have got plenty to talk about in the next hour. So let's take a break and we cross over to Zinga. My name is Victor Lo. Have a good morning. Bye-bye.
Sasa unaweza kupokea stesheni ya KBC Eastern Service kwa njia iliyomurwa baada ya KBC kuboresha na kuwekeza mitambo mipya ya kisasa ya kupeperusha matangazo. Pata matangazo kwa lugha ya Burji kila siku kuanzia saa 11 asubuhi hadi saa 4 asubuhi. Rendile Service itakuwa hewani kuanzia saa 4 asubuhi hadi saa 9 jioni. Kisha matangazo kupitia lugha ya Kiborana itachukua usukani kuanzia saa 9 hadi saa 2 usiku. Kutufungia jamvi ni Turukana Service watakaopeperusha kupeperusha matangazo yao kuanzia saa 2 usiku hadi saa 6 usiku. KBC Eastern Service inapatikana Lodwar na maeneo yaliyo karibu kupitia 98.3 FM, na kwa wasikilizaji wa Burji, Rendile na Borana waliomo Marsabit na maeneo jirani, KBC Eastern Service inapatikana kwa mita bendi 98.7 FM.
Tukaingilia kwa sababu zile shida ambazo ziko katika SACCOS, tukaleta marekebisho ambayo inaendelea kule bunge.
Naam. Okay, shukran sana kwa huo utangulizi. Na pale pia yapata juma moja na zaidi iliyopita mkiwa magharibi mwa Kenya, najua kulikuwa pia na uzinduzi wa ni ushirika SACCO ambapo rais alikupongeza kwa kile ambacho alitaja kwamba mageuzi mazuri ambayo yanaendelea katika masuala ya vyama vya ushirika. Kwa tathmini yako, labda tu tupatie muktasari, mageuzi yapi ama mabadiliko yapi ambayo mnaendeleza kama wizara?
Kwanza, wakati nilifika wizara nilipata kama tuna shida mingi. Vile unajua, tulikuwa na mashirika kama Cusco, kama Metropolitan, zilikuwa zimeenda chini, zilikuwa zimepoteza pesa mingi sana. Na tukaangalia kama wizara, tukaangaza hapo, tuangalie ni shida gani ambazo ziko katika vyama vya masako. Na tukaonelea kwamba kwanza ni usimamizi mbaya ya hiyo mashirika, wale madirectors ambao wanachakuliwa hawaangalii pesa mzuri. Tukaona SASRA ambayo ni regulator haipati pesa ya kutosha kufanya kazi yake na mengine mengi. Ndio kwa sababu nikaamua tuwe na kamati ambayo itaangalia hayo mambo yote, alafu ilete katika meza na tuangalie ni gani tunaweza kutekeleza. Nilipata shirika la Akoska ambazo niliwaendea, alafu nikaongea nao, wakakubali watupe pesa ili tuangalie, tuwe na komiti ya experts iangalie hayo mambo, na wakakubali, wakatupa pesa. Nikaunda kamati ya watu 5, 2 wakitoka ng'ambo na 3 wakitoka hapa Kenya, na wakaangalia, wakaleta yale mambo ambayo inakumba vyama vyetu vya ushirika, haswa masako zote. Na saa hii tumefanya amendment ya hii SACCO Act ya mwaka 2008, na hayo marekebisho tumepeleka bungeni. Lakini kabla tupeleke bungeni, tumeongea na wale viongozi wa mashirika kuliko hayo mambo, mengine wakapinga, mengine tukakubaliana, na hivyo ndio inaendelea. Nimeona yale mapendekezo yetu mengi wamekubali, na kufikia sasa hivi, hata hapa awali walikuwa wanalipa ile inaitwa dividend. Unapata shirika limepata hasara, lakini pato zinalipa dividend kwa sababu ile competition ilikuwako. Mambo kama hayo tumeangalia sasa, na tumesimamisha, tumeweka njia proper ya kuendelesha mambo ya
angazia changamoto ambazo ulipata pale katika wizara.
Ndio.
Sasa mwananchi ana sababu ya kuwa na ujasiri zaidi ya kuwekeza katika vyama vya ushirika.
Vyama vya ushirika ndio za muhimu kabisa, haswa wale wananchi ambao wana mapato madogo. Hiyo ndio njia pekee ya kuendelesha mambo yao, na hii ni dunia mzima, ile cooperative model ambayo inaleta watu pamoja, haswa wale watu wadogo wanaweka resources zao pamoja na wanapanga mambo yao pamoja na wanapata ile tunaita kwa Kiingereza economies of scale. Hiyo ndio inaweza kuwasaidia kama wale wadogo. Ukiona katika mambo ya sekta ya kahawa, unajua hapa Kenya wale ambao wanakuza kahawa na wale wakulima wadogo wana ekari nusu, eka moja au eka mbili, na wanakuja pamoja kwa sababu yale machine ambayo inatumika katika hiyo sekta kama pulping machine ina bei kabisa. Kama hawako pamoja, mtu binafsi ambaye ana eka moja hawezi kununua hiyo machine. Ndio kwa sababu hao wanakuja pamoja kwa ushirika, na hivyo ndio wanaweza kusaidia mambo yao ya uchumi.
Muda si mrefu utakuja hapo kwa kahawa, lakini nikisalia hapa katika vyama vya ushirika kama zile sako, na moja ya masuala ambayo yamekuwa akifanya, kuna baadhi ya wale ambao wanakuwa na wasiwasi labda kujiunga na chama cha ushirika ama kuwekeza pesa zao pale, katika kile ambacho kimetajwa katika siku za hivi karibuni kuwa usimamizi mbaya katika hivi vyama vya ushirika. Kama wizara, sijui mnaweka mikakati gani kuhakikisha kwamba kuna usimamizi ambao unafaa ili mwananchi awe na ujasiri hata akiwekeza pesa zake pale kwamba anajua pesa ziko salama?
Kitu ya kwanza,
anajua pesa ziko salama.
Kitu ya kwanza, vile nimesema hapa awali, usimamizi mbaya ndio imekuwa changamoto kabisa katika vyama vya ushirika. Ndio kwa sababu tulileta marekebisho katika ile inaitwa Cooperative Act. Sasa hii tuna Cooperative Bill katika bunge. Sasa hii limefika mediation, limepita hiyo bill, imepita National Assembly, imepita Senate, wako mediation sasa hii. Na mediation inachukua siku 30. Siku 30 watakuwa wamemaliza hiyo mediation, na nina hakika mwezi ujao tutakuwa na Cooperative Act mpya. Na pia tukaleta sako amendment. Katika hii sako amendment, mambo ya usimamizi wa masako, tumesema tumeleta mambo ya ile term limit. Term limit ndio imekuwa changamoto kabisa. Wengine wanasema watu wanaweza kuendelea kama hao ni popular, wanaweza kuendelesha hiyo mambo vile inatakikana hata kwa miaka 30 hivyo, kwa sababu wale viongozi tulipata wengi wamekaa saidi. Na tukasema tufanye namna gani na hilo. Sasa liko mediation. Senate walisema hatukuwe na term limit. National Assembly wakasema tuwe na term limit ya 2 term. Sasa sijui watafikia wapi. But hilo ndio limekuwa jambo la muhimu sana. La pili, na elimu ya wale ambao wanasimamia vyama vya ushirika. Walisema tuwe na elimu, at least wawe form 4 na wawe na experience fulani ya kurun hiyo businesses, na pia wawe na experience fulani ndio na pia wawe watu wanaenda training. Na pia tukasema sasa kama regulator wawe na nguvu ya kuona kwamba wanacheck, wanaangalia, wanakagua vitabu ya hizi SACCOS kila mwaka. Unaona saa hii wako, lakini kwa sababu hawana pesa ya kutosha, wanakagua hiyo vitabu kama miaka 4 safari moja. Na kawaida inatakikana wawe wanakagua hizo vitabu kila mwaka. So tumeweka resources mingi sasa kwa sasa ili ifanye kazi yake vile inatakikana.
Naam. Shukran zaidi msikilizaji na mtazamaji. Kumbuka tunaye Waziri Wycliffe Oparanya katika studio zetu. Iwapo na swali lolote, basi nenda pale katika mitandao yetu ya kijamii katika Facebook na vile mtandao wetu wa X. Weka swali lako pale ambalo tutaweza kumuuliza waziri hapa na ataweza kuliangazia kabla ya kuondoka studioni kwa dakika chache ambazo tuko naye hapa studioni. Na waziri, umetaja vizuri kuhusu mamlaka hiyo ya SASRA ambayo inafanya udhibiti wa vyama vya ushirika, lakini pia umetaja kuhusu mswada ambao uko bungeni ambao umefanywa marekebisho kutoka 2008 sasa ile ya 2026 ambao umezungumzia. Kulikuwa na kipengele cha utata pale ambacho watu walikuwa na wasiwasi kuhusu pesa zao, ambapo ilikuwa imetajwa mwanzoni kwamba iwapo sako yako itasambaratika, basi wewe una guarantee kwamba angalau shilingi 100,000 zako zitakuwa salama na utapata. Sijui kama hicho kipengele mlikiondoa, maana watu walikuwa wanahisi 100,000 ni pesa kidogo sana.
Sasa unajua sisi ndio tuko na statistics. Katika vyama vya ushirika vya sako, wengi wa watu wetu, karibu watu 7.8 wako katika sako. Nao au watu 7.8 90% ile savings zao na 100,000 and below, hiyo 1,100 na chini. Sasa ukiwa unaangalia hawa, ni karibu umeangalia karibu watu wote, ni wachache tu wale wana pesa zaidi kuliko hiyo. Lakini hayo ilikuwa tu mapendekezo. Hiyo ilikuwa mapendekezo. Nimeona bunge imesema tuende kwa paka shilingi 1,500. Na hiyo itachukua wale karibu wote. Sijui wewe kwa shirika yako kama sako yako una pesa kuliko hiyo. So
yangu imepita kidogo.
Tulikuwa tu tunaangazia wale wengi. Na pia wajue ya kwamba hao ndio watakaramia hiyo. Sako zenyewe ndio sitakuwa sina contribute kwa hiyo post protection funds. Vile inafanyika katika mabenki ndio wana contribute kwa hiyo protection fund ya benki. So hiyo ni contribution zao. So ni hii maoni ni yao. Wakiona tuweke zaidi, na pia wao watakuwa nalipa zaidi. Na sisi hatuna shida na hiyo.
Asante. Wale ambao mlikuwa na wasiwasi kuhusu waziri amesema kuna kitu kinafanywa, labda huenda ikawa kama 500,000. Usiwe kwa hivyo na wasiwasi na pesa zako. Asante sana waziri kwa hilo. Lakini niliambiwa hilo swali uliza waziri tena. 100,000 tu ama unaweza kuongeza kidogo? Asante. Tuingie katika mambo ya kahawa na nilivyotaja awali kwamba jana mlikuwa katika kaunti ya Kirinyaga ambapo rais ameanza shughuli ya kuhakikisha kwamba pia tunafufua vyama vya ushirika, sako za kahawa na kuhakikisha kwamba mkulima wa kahawa anaboreka zaidi pia kimfuko, manake pia kahawa inatupatia pesa za kutosha tunapoipeleka katika nchi za nje. Hebu tuzungumzie sekta ya kahawa kidogo na marekebisho ambayo
kwanza watu wengi uniuliza kwa nini wizara ya ushirika inaangazia mambo ya kahawa kabisa. Kwanza wale wakulima wa kahawa wengi, vile nimesema, wengi wako katika mambo ya kahawa. Wale wakulima wengi wako kwa mashirika ya kahawa, na ile mazao ya kahawa karibu 80% ni inatokana kwa kulingana na mashirika. Ndio kwa sababu sisi kama wizara, hawa ni farmers ambao wako pamoja katika mashirika, ndio tukiwa wizara sisi ndio tunaangazia mambo ya hawa wakulima. Wakati niliingia wizara, Mheshimiwa Rais mwenyewe alitangaza kwamba akiwa kule bunge katika ile national address, akasema saa hizi sisi wa Kenya tuna mazao yetu ni 50,000 metric tons 50,000, na anataka hiyo iende kwa 150,000 tufika mwaka wa 2028 mpaka 29. Na tukaangalia kwanza, tukasema ni kwa nini Kenya imeenda chini. Wakati tulikuwa tunapata uhuru Kenya ilikuwa mbele sana kwa mambo ya kahawa, ilikuwa nambari 2. Ethiopia imekuwa mbele miaka hizi zote, imekuwa mbele kwa mambo ya production ya kahawa. Sasa Kenya imeenda nyuma, tuko namba 5, na wale jirani zetu kama Uganda, kama Tanzania wameenda mbele. Sasa ukiangalia saa hizi Uganda ndio ina export kahawa mingi katika Afrika mzima, na sisi tulikuwa hapo. Sasa tumerudi nyuma. So tukaangalia, tukaona ni mikakati gani tunaweza kuweka ili tufike mahali rais alikuwa amesema tufike 150,000 metric tons. So tukaangalia mashirika zetu, mambo ya governance imekuwa shida, ile miti ya kahawa production yake imeenda chini, average ni 2 kilos per bush, kila mti natoa 2 kilo 2, na kama unatoa kilo 2 wewe hauko kwa biashara. Zile mashirika zetu, zile equipment zimezeeka, zingine zilikuwa za zamani zaidi miaka 20. Mambo ya extension officer hawako, ndio tukaenda tukafanya hizi mpango zote, tukaenda kwa rais akakusaidia na shilingi 1,500,000 kwanza hiyo mikakati. So tulianza mwaka huo wa 24 Disemba. Kufika sasa hivi tumefanya marekebisho, even hizi sheria ambazo nimesema zinaenda katika bunge. Ni hiyo njia moja ambayo sisi tunafuata ili tuone tunafika ile kiango rais amesema. So hiyo safari tulianza wakati huo, na tumefikia wakati ambao tumeona sasa tuende kwa wakulima, tuambie tumefika hapa, hizi reforms tumefanya katika hii sekta ni hizi, ili tutembelee pamoja. Ndio jana tulikuwa kwa launch kule Kirinyaga, General Kasim Stadium, na ilikuwa sherehe ya kufana sana kwa sababu wakulima walikuja wengi, karibu 10,000 ambao wanakuza kahawa. Na wenyewe hata pangine mlikuwa mnaangalia, wale wenyewe waliongea na wakasema wanaona sasa tuna matumaini katika hii sekta, pesa inaingia bila inatakikana.
Na pale tu, manake nafikiri ni mwaka huu ambapo rais alitia sahihi mswada pia ama sheria ya kahawa ya mwaka 2026, na baadhi ya mambo ambayo yalikuwa katika ile sheria, moja wazo ni kushughulikia hawa wanaita brokers, wacha tuseme middlemen pale katikati, alafu pia kuhakikisha kwamba yule mkulima anapata pesa kwa karibu na kwa haraka. Na jana rais ametaja kwamba kwa mfano mkulima wa kahawa anafaa lipwe pesa zake kwa siku 5 baada ya kahawa yake kununuliwa. Zungumza kidogo kuhusu hilo, uguse mambo ya hao cartels, vipi mmewashughulikia kuhakikisha kwamba mkulima hataumia?
Sasa among ile reforms ambazo tumefanya ni kuona kwamba mkulima anapata pesa vile inatakikana. Zamani alikuwa anapata pesa zake kama zimechelewa, kahawa yake imeuzwa, anachukua miezi 3, miezi 4, miezi 5 ndio apate pesa yake. Na pia kahawa yake ikiuzwa hajui hata imeuzwa pesa ngapi, kwa sababu cartels walikuwa wanachukua hii kahawa na wanaenda kuuza, wanapata pesa, wanakaa na hiyo pesa mpaka muda ile wanataka. Sasa hivi sheria imebadilika. Sasa ukiuza kahawa yako kupitia ushirika fulani kule Nairobi Coffee Exchange, ndio unapeleka kahawa yako kupitia mashirika mbalimbali ya kahawa, na kahawa yako ikiuzwa kwa siku 5 vile rais ameamuru, umepata pesa yako, kwa sababu pesa yako inakuja kwa siku 5, na hiyo siku 5 hiyo Corporate Bank italeta pesa kwa shirika lako la kahawa. Sasa ni jukumu la shirika lako la kahawa kupeleka pesa zako, na tumesema ile 20% iende kwa ushirika, kwa cooperative, 80% iende kwa mkulima. Sasa tulisema hii pesa ya mkulima iende direct kutoka cooperative bank, kwa sababu tuna direct DSS, direct settlement system, DSS. Hiyo direct settlement inaenda kwa cooperative. Watu wengine walienda kotini wakapinga hiyo, wakasema hapana, pesa yote iende kwa cooperative, alafu cooperative yenyewe itaamua yale pesa watapeleka kwa mkulima, kwa sababu wakulima wengi wana madeni katika cooperative. Sasa ukawalipa direct, pengine watalipa hiyo madeni. Hapo ndio pale tuliko tutatatua hayo mambo. Hilo ni changamoto. Now cartels, tukasema hii 20% ambayo inaenda kwa cooperative, cartel wakule hapo. Cartel wakule hapo. Wasiingilie.
Sababu kuna nafasi ya kukula.
Wasiingilie hii 80%. Wengine wanafanya kazi nzuri ya kufanya advertisement, wengine wakulima wanauza mazao yao direct, kwa sababu serikali ina allow that kuuza direct. So hao hiyo kazi yao, na mambo ya cooperative yote nzima wakule kwa hiyo 20%. Na tukaweka percentages. Ukiangalia percentages, 7% iende kwa haya cartels au watu wa middlemen, na 13% ipakie cooperative kufanya mambo yao, maintenance na handling charge kama hizo. Hapo ndio shida tunayo. Na pato tunaendelea hapo.
Okay. Na ulivyotaja hapo awali kwamba kwa hakika sekta ya kahawa ilikuwa inafanya vizuri, alafu baadaye ukatokea changamoto. Moja kuu, kando na kwamba sasa mnaangalia mkulima apate pesa zake kwa mapema, kiwango ambacho kinakwenda pale katika cooperative, lipi kuu ambalo sasa wewe kama waziri unaangazia kwamba na unasema katika miaka 2 ijayo nataka kurejesha sekta ya kahawa irejee mahali iwe labda nambari 1 ama pale nambari 2 ambapo tulikuwa ulivyosema hapo awali?
Kwanza nimetembea katika county 34 zote ambazo zinakuza kahawa. Moja imeingia kuwa 35, ile ya Nyandarua. Silikuwa 33, ingine ikaongezea, Laikipia ikaongezea, sikiwa 33, Nyandarua ikaongezea, sasa ni 35. Nimetembea na nimeongea mambo ya kahawa. Aso ukienda Western sahi, kule Western Rift Valley, kule Nyanza, watu wanalima kahawa kabisa. Hiyo ni achievement. Nimeona watu wa Kenya ukiongea wanasikia, na wapa demonstration na wanaona. Hiyo ni moja. Ya pili, mambo ya malipo ya haraka, kwa sababu wakulima wetu walikuwa wanangojea miezi pesa na cartels. Na pia ya tatu, kustreamline mambo ya counties na mambo ya national government, kuona county government fanya hii, kwa sababu tulikuwa na conflict, kwa sababu mambo ya kilimo iko devolved, tulikuwa na conflict hapa na pale, national government na county government. Hilo pia tumetatua. County government wanajua, national government wanajua kazi yao. And then sensitization ya Kenya mzima, hata wewe sasa unajua utapata pesa. Kahawa ni pesa.
Hii bei ambayo rais ama huko kuharakishwa kwa wakulima kulipwa, alipozungumza Kirinyaga alimaanisha kwamba ni wakulima wote wa kahawa sasa wapate malipo yao baada ya siku 5, sio kule Kirinyaga tu.
Wote katika Kenya mzima. Yale yote ambayo alikuwa anaongea jana ni ya Kenya mzima.
Na kwa sababu hiyo pia niulize swali, manake pia nitangaza nafikiri kulipa deni la cooperative pande hizo, nafikiri ilikuwa kima cha shilingi bilioni 1 kama sijakosea. Ukiangalia mara nyingi utakuta kwamba vyama vingi vya ushirika vina madeni. Sasa hilo inakuwa kizingiti kikubwa kwao kuendelea. Sijui mnapanga vipi, kwa sababu sasa kila mtu ataanza kusema hao wamelipwa deni yao, hii hapa kuna waiver, sisi tunatushughulikia vipi?
Now wakati rais alikuwa anatafuta kura, alitangaza wazi akiwa rais atawasaidia kulipa hayo madeni. Alipopata kazi ya urais akaagiza wizara iangalie mambo ya madeni, na tuliangalia mambo ya madeni. Niliingia kwa ofisi kwa report iko tayari, ilikuwa bilioni 6.8 bilioni 6.8, na hiyo katika bilioni 6 mwaka uliopita, mwaka huu rais akapeana bilioni 2 ilipe hayo madeni. Tumelipa hayo madeni ile kulingana na ile ambayo ilikuwa katika cooperative bank, commodity fund. Hizi zilikuwa zenyewe zimefanya reconciliation, kwa sababu tulianzia reconciliation ya madeni karibu bilioni 11, lakini tukafanya audit tukapata zile za halali 6.8. So hizo tumelipa. Wameweka bilioni 2. Bilioni 2 hii tutaendelea kulipa yale madeni. Tutapaki na bilioni 2.8. Bilioni 2.8 tutaweka kwa ile mwaka wa 2027 2028.
Naam. Yeah. Shukran. Salia pale kwa kahawa, na baadhi ya naona maswali mawili matatu kuhusiana na swala hili la kahawa. Yeah. Na awali tumetaja kuhusu ile sheria rais aliweka sahihi ya Coffee Act mwaka 2026, ambapo hapo pia mambo ya mbolea hapo pale ndani. Yeah. Na ambayo tumegusia welfare ya mkulima. Kuna mmoja anaitwa Isaac Rada anasema, uliza bwana waziri, tunahitaji coffee seedlings katika Elgeyo Marakwet County, ataweza kutusaidia namna gani? Na kwa hilo anasema tunahitaji zile ambazo zitafanya vizuri katika Highlands. Hapa tunazungumzia sasa mbegu ama seedlings ambazo ni za kuhakikisha kwamba ziko sawa. Mnashughulikia vipi kando tuna kwamba mkulima analima, mnapatia seedlings ya thamani?
Coffee seedlings, zile pesa tulipata hapa awali karibu milioni 500 tumeitumia pia kununua seedlings. Na saa hii program tulianza tukisema ya kwamba wale wakulima ambao wako kwa ushirika au watapata seedling free bila kulipa kitu chochote mwaka huu, lakini mwaka ujao tutaanza walipe kitu kidogo. Na katika bajeti ya mwaka ujao wameweka shilingi bilioni 1 ya kusaidia mambo ya seedling. Na pia tunajaribu kuongea na World Bank kwa sababu mahitaji yetu ni karibu bilioni 2.5. Hiyo ndio itaweza kusaidia kununua seedling, kwa sababu sasa watu wengi wanataka seedling. So tukipata hizi pesa, na ile nataka tu nimwambie ule ambaye anauliza hilo swali aingie katika cooperative. Hatupeane seedlings kwa mkulima binafsi, tunapeana kwa cooperatives au kwa ushirika ambao wakulima wameandikishwa kule, na tunapeana kulingana na mahitaji ya wakulima binafsi, lakini wote wakiwa pamoja. Na ile variety ambayo inatakikana hapo, tuna maofisa wetu kutoka KPCU pale mashinani ambao wanaangalia area fulani inatakana variety fulani. So hayo ndio mambo ambayo wanaendesha.
Asante. Na swali lingine katika mambo ya kahawa, anaitwa Kipkoech Rono, anasema nini husababisha kuchelewa kwa malipo kwa wakulima wa kahawa za kila msimu, hata wakati wa mavuno na bei za kahawa zikiwa thabiti? Kuna mfumo gani uliowekwa ili kufanya malipo yawe ya kutabirika zaidi?
Sasa saa hizi mambo iko wazi. Ukipeleka kahawa yako katika ushirika, itakuwa patched, ikuwe na namba. Patch number 6 au patch number 7. Ikienda kule Nairobi Coffee Exchange, utachua hiyo patch number 7. Okay. Auction iko wazi. Hata katika radio, katika TV, tuko na results ambazo zinatoka. Utachua patch 7 imeuzwa pesa ngapi, silikuwa kilo ngapi, na imeuzwa pesa ngapi. Unaweza kufanya calculation mwenyewe, ujue out of hiyo 80% ni yako. Sasa mambo imekuwa wazi. Zamani ilikuwa hungeweza kujua kahawa yako imeuzwa pesa ngapi, lakini sasa hivi ukifuatilia kupitia kwa shirika lako utajua.
Naam, shukrani. Na bado katika kahawa ama mambo ya sako, kuna huyu anaitwa jina lake silipati, lakini anasema hapa Kipkelion West hatuna sako inayofanya kazi, ingawa tunafanya ukulima wa kahawa kwa kiwango kikubwa. Mnaweza kutuambia ni nini sisi kama wakulima ama vipi tutasaidika? Hawana sako, wanafanya ukulima wa kahawa kule Kipkelion West.
Kitu ya kwanza, tuna mambo ya cooperative registration iko developed. Sasa waende kwa cooperative officer wa county government, atafanya atawaweka pamoja, awarejeze kama farmer na alete mapendekezo katika head office kwa ofisi yangu, ambao tuna commissioner of cooperatives ambaye atapeana certificate. Hiyo ndio mkakati, wanaanzia mashinani wakija juu. Sasa huku kwangu wanakuja tu certificate ya registration peke yake. Yes.
Kuna mmoja anasema ambia waziri bado kuna brokers.
Brokers wako control, hatuwezi kuwatoa kwa sababu tuko na wengine ambao wanafanya kazi ya umuhimu. Ndio kwa sababu tumesema hao brokers wote wapate 7%, 13% iende kwa cooperative. Zamani hao walikuwa wanapata 80%.
Kwa hivyo sema waziri alisema hakuna brokers na wapo. Umesema kwamba kuna yao kidogo.
Na yao kidogo. Kwa sababu wanafanya kazi ya umuhimu, ile advertisement, ile marketing even abroad, ambayo cooperative zenyewe haziwezi. So hiyo si kazi mpaka walipwe. Ndio kwa sababu tumefanya restriction 7%.
Shukrani sana. Kabla tuelekee kutamatisha, manake muda umekimbia, na kukumbusha tu msikilizaji wa Radio Taifa sawa na mtazamaji kwamba ni ushirikiano wa pamoja kuhakikisha kwamba unapata mambo haya kwa uzuri kabisa. Na studioni tunaye waziri Mheshimiwa Wycliffe Oparanya ambaye anashughulikia vyama vya ushirika na vile vile uendeshaji wa biashara ndogo ndogo na za kadri. Na iwapo una swali lolote kuhusu masuala haya, hasa vyama vya ushirika na vile vile biashara ndogo ndogo, nenda pale katika mitandao yetu, uliza swali lako, alafu tutaweza kulipokea na waziri ataweza kulijibu hapa katika studio zetu kabla hatujatamatisha. Waziri, muda umekimbia, na kidogo tuangalie pia moja ambayo tunaita backbone katika wizara yako, ile tunaita zile biashara ndogo ndogo, na najua pia ni mojawapo ya zile tunaita pillars katika better agenda, kuhakikisha kwamba taifa linasonga mbele kwa mambo haya. Ajira kwa vijana na hasa kupitia biashara ndogo ndogo. Ninyi kama wizara kwa sasa mnafanya vipi? Manake asilimia ipo kubwa sana ya vijana ambao hata wengine wanatoka shule, nafikiri zaidi ya 800,000 ambao wanatoka katika vyuo vya TVET kila mwaka, na kuna wale pia ambao labda hawajafanikiwa kusoma sana. Kikubwa ambacho mnafanya kama wizara kuhakikisha vijana wana ajira ni kipi?
Unaona, changamoto katika kufanya biashara ndogo ndogo, changamoto ni pesa ya kufanya hiyo biashara. Ndio kwa sababu kama wizara tumekuja na mipango mingi ya kuona ya kwamba wale wanataka kufanya biashara wana pesa ya kufanya biashara. Ndio tukaja na Hustler Fund. Hustler Fund inasaidia vijana wengi kufanya biashara. Hustler Fund, unaenda kwa mtandao, hakuna security, unakopa pesa, unalipa vile inatakikana. Bahati mbaya wale walianzisha, wale wa mwanzo walifikiria hiyo ni pesa ya kura, kwa sababu walipika kura kwa serikali na wengine wakapotea. Lakini tuko na njia ambayo tutaona ya kwamba pia tunaongea nao, wanalipa hiyo pesa, ndio wengine wafaidike kutoka kwa hiyo pesa. So hiyo mambo ya pesa, tuna Kenya tuna Uwezo Fund ambayo wanaweza kuenda kule kama group wapate, tuna Youth Fund, tuna Women, na pia tunataka hao vijana wakuwe na skills za kufanya biashara. Ndio tukaja na Nyota. Ndio unaona Nyota inaweka vijana pamoja, wanakuwa trained kwa mambo ya biashara, wanapewa pesa ile inaitwa seed money ya kufanya hiyo biashara, wanaendelea. Tuna mpango pia wa KJET ambao sasa vijana wanakuja, wale wako manufacturing, wale wako mambo ya manufacturing ndogo ndogo, tunawasaidia kupata ile machinery ambayo wanaweza kufanya mambo ya manufacturing na wafanye biashara yao. Hizo ndio shughuli ambao sisi tunasaidia na vijana, na pia tuna shirika kama industrial estates. Ukiendelea na inakusaidia pesa mpaka milioni 20 kama wewe unafanya biashara. Na pia tunawatafutia masoko kwa sababu tuna MSME ile MSME market ile ya East African Community, MSME ile mashirika yote ya East Africa zinakutana pamoja. Mwaka jana walikuwa hapa Kenya, mwaka huu wanaenda kule Rwanda. Ile wao watu wa biashara ndogo wanakutana, alafu kuangalia, wana share experience, wanaona vile wale wengine kutoka nchi zingine wanaendelea, na hapo wanasaidiana. Na hiyo sisi hiyo yote wale ambao wanaenda kwa hiyo MSME day uko wherever they go, sisi kama serikali tunaorganize hao watu wa biashara ndogo kwenda kwa huko na kurudi, na vile bidhaa zao ambazo wanaenda kuuza huko tunawasaidia kutransport.
Labda swali moja tu, utakuta kwamba umetaja hizi funds zote, umetaja ya wanawake, umetaja masuala ya nyota, na umezungumzia Youth Enterprise Fund. Kwa mfano nilikuwa naangalia tu bajeti kwamba bajeti mwaka 2026-27 Youth Enterprise Fund pekee kwanza imepewa shilingi milioni 761. Lakini swali inakuwa ni kwamba ni vijana wajua kwamba hizi pesa zipo kwa sababu ya kuwasaidia, ama labda kuzifikia inakuwa ni process ndio ndefu wao wakaweza kufikia zile pesa. Hebu tusaidie kuelewa.
Process ndefu. Hizi maofisi zetu siko kila mahali. Ofisi za serikali siko katika mahali. Na ukiwa haujui utapata wapi? Enda kwa chifu wako, enda kwa assistant chief, kwa sababu hakuna ule mtu yoyote ambaye hajui chief yake. Chief atakueleza haya mambo, kwa sababu wamekuwa trained, wajue haya mambo. Mwananchi akija kwa jambo hili anaweza kwenda wapi? So hizi pesa ziko, na hizi pesa ni revolving fund. Kila mwaka serikali inawekelea ikiendelea juu. Sasa ukiona hiyo 750 imewekwa ni kuwekelea ambaye hii tayari ambayo yuko. Na hizo funds ziko, maofisa wetu wako katika ofisi ya serikali. Ukiingia uulize hizi pesa utaona.
Na mwelekezo wangu ananiambia Dora una dakika 3 kumaliza shughuli hii nzima. Waziri, hebu tuangalie sasa miaka kama 2 ijayo ambayo tuseme imesalia kabla uchaguzi kwanza.
Mwaka mmoja.
Ni mwaka mmoja na nusu ama mwaka mmoja. Tutarajie nini katika wizara yako? Mabadiliko yapi ambayo tutatumia kama viegezo labda ama vipimo vya kusema waziri amefanya kazi na kwa hakika tumefanya?
Kwanza tutakuwa na marekebisho kali katika sekta ya SACCOS, kuona usimamizi wa SACCOS uko sawa. Watu hawana shida kama ile shilingi umeweka SACCO iko safe, kama ile shilingi umeweka benki. Anaona wasiwasi, kwa sababu siku hizi watu walikuwa na wasiwasi kuweka SACCO. Wewe sijua kama pesa yako itapotea au itakuwa. Hiyo ndio jambo la kwanza, ndio marekebisho hii yote ambayo tumeleta. Ya pili, mambo ya kahawa. Tunataka Wakenya wapande kahawa, kwa sababu kahawa ni mali. Kwa sababu ukiangalia hii miaka yote, aswa zile nchi ambao zinaendelesha mambo ya kahawa kama Uganda, kama Tanzania, wanaendelea kupata pesa mingi. Na sisi Kenya pia tunataka tushikilie hapo, wakulima wapande kahawa kwa wingi, tuwasaidie. Waone kwamba serikali imewasaidia, wameuza mazao yao, wamepata pesa ya kutosha kuendelesha mambo yao.
Sekunde 30 maybe your parting shot kwa mwananchi ambaye anakufuatilia kwa sasa.
Mwananchi, nataka tu
hapo kuna mtu ameuliza mambo ya sukari, lakini leo
wananchi ningeomba tu washirikiane na serikali, kwa sababu wananchi wengine wako kwa mambo ya siasa kuanzia asubuhi mpaka jioni. Waangaze kwa serikali, waone na mahali kani wanaweza kupata benefit ya kuendesha maisha yao. Hiyo ndio kitu ya muhimu. Mambo ya siasa waachilie mbali, wangoje 2027 wakati itakuwa kwa mambo ya siasa. Saa hii waangalie maisha yao. Ni kitu ya muhimu. Na ukiwa unaangalia maisha yao, angalia na mahali gani mimi naweza kuendeleza maisha yangu, serikali kinisaidia.
Shukran sana. Waziri amemaliza mahali pazuri, angalia ni wapi ambapo unaweza ukasaidika na pia fanya kazi na serikali. Itasaidia kabisa. Na atakuja siku nyingine tuangazie. Nimeona watu wameanza mambo ya miwa, watu wa tayari chai wameanza kuongea, lakini waziri panga uje tena.
Sasa kuja.
Tuongee mambo
mengi hapa.
Asante.
Unajua kazi yetu ni kazi mingi.
Shukran.
So paka uniite nije hapa.
Sawa, nitakuita. Na leo tulikuwa tunaangalia sana vyama vya ushirika na sekta ya kahawa kwa mtazamaji na msikilizaji. Asante sana wote ambao wamefanikisha shughuli nzima hii. Waziri Mheshimiwa Wycliffe Oparanya, waziri wa ushirika na vile biashara ndogo ndogo, asante kuweza kufika katika studio zetu. Asante sana kwa waelekezi wangu. Shukrani sana Dennis Chisaka, asante Rebecca Cherotich na pande zote wapiga picha wangu hapa studio na kila mmoja ambaye amefanikisha makala haya asubuhi ya leo. Basi tutafanya hivi siku nyingine. Mimi naitwa Dora, tuendelee kupokea matangazo Radio Taifa sawa na KBC Channel 1.
Uruguay come the other way. Canobio is a great layoff to him. There's arm wrestling going on off it. Canobio! He went on his own.
This new ruling. You can see here, unfortunate bounce of the ball for Nunes, but it comes into him. He lays it off perfectly. Lopez comes over. Makes things very, very difficult. Canobio. It's just wide of the post. Goal kick it'll be.
Looking to advertise on KBC? KBC announcement services are now available on eCitizen. Visit kbc.ecitizen.go.ke and fill out the online application form. It's simple. 1. Complete the form. 2. Upload required documents. 3. Receive a quotation based on word count. And 4. Get notified via SMS when your announcement is ready. Please note, clearly indicate the type of announcement, service station, and all relevant details. 2. All applications must be made online only. Manual submissions will not be accepted. And 3. Announcements will air after news bulletins. For assistance, reach us on email ecitizen@kbc.co.ke or use our social media handles, Facebook, your Facebook account, and X at your X account. Or you can call us on 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124. KBC announcements. Simple, fast, and digital.
All right, and as you can already tell, we are into our working out gears, but this time we're not working out the gym way, not that kind of working out. We will be doing yoga right here in studio as we get to understand how we can incorporate yoga in our wellness sessions, and how yoga can also help in improving one's confidence. And do you also know about facial yoga? Yes, you can do yoga using your face to ensure that you are always looking nice, you know, for lack of a better word, or to ensure that you're aging well. And what proper way to do it other than to have yogis right here in studio with us, and I will allow them to get to introduce themselves, beginning with my immediate right. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, Namaste, Jambo Kenya. My name is Shweta. I'm an internationally certified yoga instructor, kids yoga trainer, face yoga expert, and corporate wellness trainer. So I have been practicing yoga since 8 years. Before that, I was a former national level athlete, gymnast turned yoga enthusiast, and I'm a proud founder of Fit Yogic.
Amazing. Next.
Good morning, everyone. Namaste, Jambo, Kenya. My name is Kevna. I am a yoga enthusiast, and I'm currently studying yoga.
Amazing.
Hi, Jambo, Kenya. My name is Shreya. I'm 26, and I'm a certified yoga instructor. Just last year, I finished my yoga training course, and now I'm getting into teaching.
Amazing. So are there different yogas? Or when you talk about yoga, how do we look at it wholesomely? Are there different kinds of yogas? Of course, we know already there's the facial yoga. So are there other different kinds of yoga?
Yes, there are so many kinds of yoga. There's so many forms of yoga, like Ashtanga yoga, Hatha yoga, and there are props yoga where you can use the properties like stick, ball, dupatta, and you can use it. And also there are Iyengar yoga, and there is aerial yoga, and there is water yoga which you can do inside the water. There are so many types of yoga.
What are the benefits of yoga?
Benefits of yoga are vast. It goes from spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. So our Gurudev, our living master, he actually talks about how yoga is not just flexibility of the body, it's actually flexibility of the mind, where you're actually challenging yourself to do certain poses, pushing yourself to your limits, or rather exceeding your limits.
So now, how different is yoga from usual stretching after I'm done with my gym workout? What is the difference between that?
The difference is how you feel after a normal workout. Is you're so like your breath is so fast and everything, but with yoga you can calm down, you can like the movements are more calming, and at the end of the whole session you feel more put together and your breath feels more calm just in general. Yeah.
I want us to begin with just a simple yoga pose. That's the correct word to use. Yes. But the one that we can do while just seated. For someone who's sitting at home watching us right now, or for someone who's in the office, we'll do those ones for people in the office. Yeah. But for someone who's just watching us right now and they would love to just do something for their wellness within a minute or so.
Yeah.
What
can I?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So what we can do is we can center our body and then pull your shoulders back, head straight, and you can keep your right hand on your left leg and turn your body all the way back. Take a deep breath in and hold for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. And then your left arm on your right leg and turn again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can center yourself again. This is a good spinal twist because you become so stiff and your posture becomes so slouchy. So this is a good practice to create a good posture for yourself. Yeah,
I like it, and it feels so simple.
Yeah, it's so simple.
It feels like I'm really doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's like I'm posing for the picture.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just posing for the camera.
This is really helpful for those who are stuck at the desk all day, feel so stiff after days of work. And I wouldn't even say yoga is just stretches. Yoga can be something that when you start with in the morning, if you're low on energy or high on energy, even if you're low on energy, doing yoga will help increase your energy, energizes you for the rest of the day, not just physically but mentally as well. Yoga also works after your strength training, and if you want to relax, reduce the stiffness, helps with your breath work, helps with focus, awareness, peace of mind. For example, like, I'm sure we were all nervous coming here because none of us have done this before. Certain breath work, like just breathing in, helps calm the nerves. This kind of breath work, if you do it consistently, helps you with better sleep, helps you with easing your anxiety. Yeah, a lot of people today are so anxious for everything. They're on pills for anxiety.
Yeah.
They're going for therapy, etc., etc. Just simple breath work like this can help ease anxiety.
It can help ease anxiety. Just
Yeah.
as simple as just breathing in and breathing out.
Yeah, being
and
aware.
do I have to time my breathing in and my breathing out?
It's just mental timing,
Okay.
honestly.
Mhm.
However long you can hold your breath and
Yeah.
let go of.
You were
There
saying
are set
something.
of exercises where you can practice pranayama. Yoga is not just an exercise where we can do on the mat. There is pranayama, which we call the breathing techniques, as she mentioned, and relaxation techniques. Yoga is something which connects the mind, body, and spirit together. So once you start meditating, I know it's very tough to hold our thoughts when we are meditating,
Yeah.
but you will get control of your thoughts. One who controls the thoughts can control anything in the world. So yoga is a very ancient concept which originated from India like 5,000 years back,
Yeah.
and now it is practiced worldwide.
So when it comes to the breathing techniques, it's all about breathing in and breathing
And
out.
breathing
Is there any other way, or that's just
There
that?
are different types of breath works that are used for different problems like depression, anxieties, as she mentioned.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the same way, just breathing in and breathing out. But
So there is a different play of breathing that you go with.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to. Would you like to demonstrate that, Shweta, in terms of pranayama? How
Oh,
you
sure.
have
There
different
is one
techniques?
pranayam where you can do it as soon as you wake up, and it energizes your whole body, which is called bhastrika. So all you have to do is you need to sit straight, make a fist by keeping your thumb inside and next to your shoulders. When I say inhale, you are going to take your hands up, open your fingers and inhale. When I say exhale, you are going to bring it back. And this is forceful exhalation and inhalation. So let's just do it 3 times.
Okay.
Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, and relax. Like this, there are different types of pranayam for different advantages as well. There are few contradictions, like if you have high BP, you will not be able to practice some of them, or you will be doing it cautiously. But these practices will help you in immense way to keep your breath and your lungs, your whole body in control.
how long did it take you to become a certified yoga instructor?
It took me like a year, but obviously yoga is a journey. You can't know everything about it in one go. So I'm always learning more things as I go.
So a full year of learning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you'd say something like maybe 3 months and you're good to
No.
go. A
No.
full year, because
Yeah.
there's a lot to learn.
There's a lot to learn, yes.
Earlier on, you had mentioned that we can also get to use yoga for different things, even in healing.
In healing, yes.
Can you talk more about that?
So what I noticed in Kenya is a lot of people suffer from gastritis. Am I wrong? Yeah? So we thought, well, let's bring a cure to the show, where it's called Vajrasan, where you, can I demonstrate it down?
please.
Or would you
Okay.
like to
Yeah.
demonstrate it?
No, you can.
Okay.
You can.
Okay. So basically, this is going to help you with wind releasing, and if you have issues like gastritis, a lot of gas holdup, digestive issues, etc. So you're going to sit down on your knees, okay?
Yeah.
And ideally, we keep our feet flat. And again, it's to do with a lot of breath work. You sit down flat on your legs like this.
Okay.
And obviously, it's a play of the mind. Initially, it's going to be very tough. I started off, it was really tough. I used to put a pillow at my base because it would hurt me. And you breathe in, and then you breathe out. You can start with 2 minutes. As a newbie, 2 minutes is also going to be really tough, and then you push yourself as long as you can. This is going to help you with digestion. It's going to help you with your acidity, wind releasing, gas holdup, etc. So
Yeah.
this is one of the poses
Okay.
we have. The rest is you have your Surya Namaskar, all the basics. Now, yoga runs so deep and so thorough that we're not even scratching the surface of yoga by showing you these poses, but at least you can start somewhere with such poses.
Yeah. So what are the basics?
So
the teachers can tell me.
basic is Surya Namaskar. There is different types of salutation which we call. There is Chandra Namaskar, there is Surya Namaskar, and different type of things. I can just show you one flow of
Sure.
Surya Namaskar.
Yeah.
That is sun salutation, which is a basic, which is a combination of 12 asanas put it together, so that a whole body is being worked out. So if you keep on practicing this like 12 times a day, then it means your whole body is pretty much taken care of. I'll just show you one round of it.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I'll just face this side. The first one is you need to stand properly, take your hands up, join your palm, arch your back. This is called Hasta Uttanasana. Bend down, touch your knees, exhale, and Pada Hastasana. And take your hands, put it down, and one leg at the back. This is called Ashwasanchalanasana, lunge pose. And take both the legs back, balance. Your back has to be neutral. This is plank pose, Palankasana. Keep your knees down, go back, relax. This is child pose, Balasana. Exhale, come to Ashtanga Namaskar, 8-limbed pose, and then come to Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Inhale, exhale, go back to Parvatasana, stretch your body, and inhale, keep the opposite leg at the front and stretch your leg, and both the legs at the front, exhale, and then inhale up, and this is Namaste Asana. So this is one round. Like this, we will do 12 rounds to complete the salutation for the sun, because all the energy will come from the sun to all the life bases. So we are just thanking the sun by doing these poses.
Yeah. So who is yoga for? And by this, maybe I'm trying to understand or get to know, are there specific ages that maybe you cannot or you are not allowed to do yoga, or is it for everyone and anyone who's interested in doing it?
It's for absolutely everyone. Even if you're like old, you can do sitting chair poses, and it can help you so much with mobility and everything. And even when you're so young, obviously you can learn so much about yoga. So it's for every age group.
So my son is 2.5 years old, and he's been doing yoga since he was 9 months.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
How can a 9-month-old do yoga?
So that's
Please
the thing.
educate me.
As long as your child, even if your child is seated, right, 9 months old, they're not able to stand. They're able to sit, straight. So a lot of schools in Kenya take kids to maybe Karura Forest, and as a fun workout, they do yoga where kids are sitting and they're trying to touch their toes. And at 9 months, they're so flexible, their bones are so flexible that they can do anything. You can even twist them like a pretzel.
Okay, don't do that.
So they can start as young as, I would say, 9 months, but obviously nothing too hectic for the body, but they start at 9 months. So I would say yoga is for everyone. If you have an ailment, if you're healthy, yoga is for everyone, because you're not just working out your body, you're working out your mind. You're stretching yourself, you're pushing yourself, you're challenging yourself, and you feel so good, you feel so much lighter. We live in such a fast-paced world, you know, you have social media. Your body is not created to absorb so much information so quickly, but yet we're so addicted. It's like a drug. We just want this information. Therefore, we live our lives in such a fast-paced manner where we're looking to do strength training, we're looking for quick results. Yoga requires time. It requires commitment, but it's long-lasting. It's not like you're going to get a quick result and you're good to go, like other forms of exercise. Yoga is going to take you time to reach your goal, but it's going to remain if you're consistent. Yoga is not something, it's wellness, It's not like you wake up one morning and go like, okay, I want to do yoga. And for the next 20 days, you're not going to do yoga. It doesn't work that way. It requires your commitment for you to see results. Just like a relationship, something long-lasting. You don't want something superficial.
Okay, I know a lot of us, or a lot of people are rather in the weight loss journeys, right? And I we'll get to that, but I still want to dwell a bit on having a 9-month-old do yoga. Are there maybe specific benefits that you were looking to get out of that? And for a parent who's watching and maybe they have their 1-year-old, 2-year-old, is this something that you would advise, and why?
So I wouldn't advise on it so much, but there's no harm in it. It's just stretching your child, understanding their limits. They're also just having fun. And yoga works in so many multiple ways. It's also sharpening your brain. Now, yoga has been present on this planet for centuries. Yeah. Probably over 4,000 years, if I'm not wrong, or maybe even beyond that. I could be wrong. But I know it's been there forever. And our people who used to do yoga, they did not just do it superficially. They went really deep. They would study scriptures to understand how yoga worked. For information of yoga to come down for centuries, how deep they went, it would be like their full-time job to study and learn yoga. It sharpens your brain because your body is absorbing all these, like how you have sound healing, that's also part of yoga. Your body is absorbing these vibrations at cellular level. It's sharpening your brain, sharpening your mind, helping you with focus, helping you with awareness. You're able to retain much better. You're able to feel much lighter. Emotionally, you're able to be, you're happier. You're just more present. You're more mindful of everything. And then there's the fitness.
Okay. Can one rely on yoga for weight loss?
Completely.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, it's the commitment.
Yeah, it has to be consistent.
There are multiple people that have benefited from weight loss, but also with a bit of strength training. Because again, yoga is not just stretching. You're engaging your core. The deeper you go, you're activating your muscles. It's just like strength training. But again, fast-paced life, fast-paced results, some people do mix, but if you completely rely on yoga, very possible.
Okay. We'll get into the face yoga, or facial yoga, but I want you to give us another pose that someone who's seated in the office, you know, we're living in a world where we rarely move sometimes because of our jobs. So for someone who's just seated at work, and they have some maybe 1-2 minutes to spare, what can they do just on their seat?
Yeah. So you can center yourself again, and then you can keep your left leg on your right knee, and then inhale, push it down. Exhale, pull it up to your chest. Inhale, press it down again. Exhale, pull it up to your chest. You can bring both your arms all the way up, and then bend and try to touch the ground. Okay. You will feel your hip opening up a little, as much as you can. And then hands up, and then you can center yourself again. And the same we do on the other side. You will feel like a little pain on your hip, but as and when you do it, it'll open up a little, and then you'll be able to touch the ground at some point.
So I'm imagining there's a lady who's seated in her office right now with a dress. They definitely cannot do that.
They can't do this, but they can do the spinal twist that we did before.
Okay, maybe one other one?
Maybe,
You have the butterfly, okay, so something very basic again. So again, you center yourself. When we say center yourself, you keep your back erect,
Okay.
And then you feel
straight, the back straight?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you feel your core. You ground your feet into the ground, okay? And then you do like a seated cat and cow, and you just roll your shoulders back, and then focus on your breath, and then you bend your spine. Again, roll your shoulders back, focusing on your breath, and then you bend forward. So with this, you feel your lower back and your spine completely stretch out and open.
And there's some
Reduces
sort
the
of
stiffness.
relaxation that just
you feel at the end.
that you feel almost immediately. I like that. I like that. So let's get into facial yoga. I know we also have to get to the sounds and how to use sounds as a healing mechanism. We'll get into that. Let's do the facial yoga. First of all, when you talk about facial yoga, maybe for many people it's a new thing.
New concept, yes.
Yes.
So face yoga is a set of exercises, massages, breathing techniques and relaxation techniques for facial muscles. How we exercise to our body, we need exercise to our face as well. There are more than 50 plus muscles which are present in our face. How our body has excretory system, our face doesn't have excretory system, unfortunately. So there are lymph nodes which is present like little dustbins. How we sweep our house before we use our house? We need to sweep our face first before getting into the facial massages.
I like
so,
that.
Yeah,
We are sweeping our faces.
Yes, we need to clean it because there is something called lymphatic fluid present inside. Unwanted fluid which is in our face, which is making our face looking fluffier. So there is one here at the temple, one here at the ear point, down ear point, back, jawline, cervical, and the biggest dustbin is armpit. So before practicing face yoga, we need to clean our hands, we need to clean our face, moisturize it well so that when we do the exercises, it will not get hurt. And then we are just going to sweep our face first and then release it. And then we are going to do some exercises for dark circles, for forehead lines. Face yoga, there is immense effect of face yoga. Some of them are droopy eyelids, sunken eyes. There is something called crow's feet at the tip of our eyes, and double chin, double cheek, where most of us are suffering today because of the stress, because of the not good lifestyle. And face yoga is not magic, it's a myth. It will not work from day one. You have to practice consistently for 1 or 2 months, then you will definitely see the result.
Okay, I know right now I have makeup on. I can see you are also not maybe ready to do the facial yoga and the techniques to use, but maybe just if you can maybe take us through it. I don't know how you will do it without.
Yes, I can show you set of some of the exercises,
Okay.
but I can just show you the massages as well. You can remember and you can do it at home. But I would recommend to practice in front of the mirror so that you will get to know when you are doing wrong, how to correct it yourself. The first one is for the neck. It's called swan neck exercise. All you have to do is stretch your neck up and kiss the ceiling with a pout, using all the muscles. Pout, kiss, release. Pout, kiss, release. And relax. Like that you can start 30 times. This is a very good stretch for your neck. If there are neck wrinkles, it will be taken care of it. Like that you can turn on the right side and do where the left muscles are getting involved. Turn towards the left and do where the right muscles are also getting involved. So there is something called Bell's palsy where I have most of the patients here in Kenya. It's called facial paralysis. Like half of the face will work, half of the face will not work. When you smile, this lip will be lifted, this will come down. So unfortunately we can work on that and it will take more time rather than the normal students. It will take 2 to 3 months, but it can be corrected. This one is for the neck. For the jaw, you need to drop your jaw and take it front and back. You can feel the muscles here if you are doing it properly. Yes.
Okay.
Same thing you can do left and right. And relax. Next one is for the nasovial fold, smile lines. There is something called there is something called wow exercise. It's just like you're stretching your muscles, you're using your muscles, focusing on the muscles. And release. And for eyes, first tap it using 2 of your fingers under your eyes so that there is good blood circulation. And then slowly drag and lift it towards the temple and press it. Slowly drag and lift it towards the temple. Even for the nasovial fold, we can slowly massage it towards upside. Remember, whenever you're doing facial massages, you need to go up because the gravity is down, it's pulling us down. So you need to go resistant and up. Same on the other side. and on the forehead. You just keep your hands in front, drag it towards the side and relax. Apart from that, there is skincare which we teach, like how does the skin work, all the 3 layers, and what you have to do as soon as you wake up, like the toner, the treatment, the moisturizer, the sunscreen. We teach everything in face yoga. So it's not only facial exercises, it's self-care.
I love that. And that's proper self-care. It's just time you're taking for yourself, to do something for yourself, and it makes you feel good. And as you're saying, it, you know, if you're consistent with it and stay on it, you will start to see the results. Is there a particular timeline to when you can see the results for someone maybe who's working on their neck, for the neck wrinkles, and they really want to try and get rid of them? Is there a particular timeline?
There is no such timeline, but once you start practicing face yoga, you need to take a photo of yourself from the front and from the sides. And after 21 days is what I usually tell, because I usually believe whatever you practice for 21 days consistently, you will definitely practice it. You will take it further. So after 21 days, you will see a slight changes which will give you confidence and boost to take it further. So face yoga can be practiced anywhere, any time of the day, even after your lunch. As soon as you wake up, before going to your bed, you can practice it anywhere and any time. But I don't think kids who are within 20 require face yoga. You only require after once you hit 25 or 30-year-old. That's where the fine lines, the pigmentation, the wrinkles start growing for us. So that is when you require face yoga.
Yeah. So 20 years and below, you're safe. You don't need to do the facial yoga unless you just want to do it for fun. But after the age of 25, then maybe this is a technique that you can adopt.
Yes, there is collagen and elastin which is in our skin, which reduces once you hit 25 or 30. So you really need practice of all these exercises. If you don't have your wrinkles, also keep practicing these so that you will not get that in future.
I'm sure that if there's anything the ladies watching the show today are gonna take home, it has to be the face yoga, because none of us wants to look older. You know, we want to age, as they say, like fine wine, just gracefully and not having the fine lines. And if there's a possibility of doing that, then why not? Why not? So maybe something else we can still get into. Is this something that probably you've been, or rather, is this something that anyone can just come and say they want to be taught and get to pick it up? Maybe not specifically to you, but is this something that, can I just wake up today and say that I would like to be a yoga instructor, maybe a facial yoga instructor, or whichever kind of yoga instructor? Is this something that I can just wake up and pick up? And are there specific places where someone can actually learn to be an instructor for that?
I'm not aware of facial yoga, but in terms of normal yoga within our... So we come from the Srimad Rajchandra Mission Dharampur, which is based in India, and our living master has created this beautiful 200 hours teachers training program where anybody who wishes to learn yoga can just sign up and learn yoga. And it may not necessarily take an entire year, but you can also finish it in, I think, 9 months as well. And then you just have to give exams and you're good to go.
All right, let's get into another pose.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do one more, whichever, if it's on the floor, if it's on the seat, whichever.
Okay.
Do you want to do any chair yogas?
Or we can get a different kind of chair?
Yes.
Okay, can we... Okay. We'll need to get a chair. I'm not sure. Okay, my director will direct me on how we can do that. But before we get the chair in, as we get that chair in, okay, she decided to just go for it. All right. Okay, all right, we can use that. And that's perfect for someone who's...
maybe we can face it ahead.
Just seated in the office all day.
Yes, this is for corporate yoga and as well as for the senior yoga. All you have to do is come little front, just stretch your right hand up and bend towards your left. If you are not comfortable keeping your hand here, you can keep it on your waist. Stretch your leg a bit and slowly turn towards your left side and turn towards your ceiling so that there is a good stretch on your right side. And just bend 1, 2, 3 and up. And keep your hands here. Take your hands up and then towards the other side. 1, 2, 3 and here. There's a good exercise which is called eagle pose for your hands as well. All you have to do is keep both the hands here and then twist it, wrap it around yourself and take it up. This will increase the mobility, the frozen shoulders, the frozen neck, everything. And stay there and then wrap it around the other way and come back. And if you are at home, you can also do in such a way that you can stand, you can keep your leg here, you can stretch, keep your hands here, take your hands up, stretch all the way long, stay there and slowly come back. This is very good for your stomach. It will take care of the constipation issues, the backache and everything. Like this, there are so many other exercises where we can practice at home as well.
I like that. I like that. And I would love for us to now get into the sound healing bit.
Yes.
Move the chair. Yeah, we can get into the sound healing bit now and just get to understand. And first of all, even before we get to demonstrate it, maybe when you talk about sound healing, what are we talking about? What are we looking at? What are we looking at rather?
Sound healing, so there are a lot of chakras in the body. There are 7 chakras. And the bowl we are using today is for the heart chakra. And the vibrations that come out of the bowl heals your body in a certain way. Maybe if I do it on you, you'll experience it and then you can tell us how you feel.
All right. Okay, let's do the sound healing. Should I be quiet? Should I be speaking?
Just keep your eyes, no.
Okay.
Keep your eyes closed and just stay.
Just focus on your breath, keep your eyes closed.
Okay. My hands can be anywhere?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I don't even know how to explain that feeling. Yeah. But for a moment, it felt like I was in a whole different place. Like nothing here existed. Like I was just somewhere.
Yeah. And that's not even scratching the surface.
Really?
You know, within Kenya alone, we hold sound healing workshops, and our sessions go on for 40 minutes, and it's a snooze fest.
Yeah, like you can just lay down and just hear the sounds.
Everyone's just gone to a different dimension.
That's exactly how it felt. So I can imagine doing it for like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like
with different sounds playing. So basically these bowls, there's various different bowls. 7 of them.
Different instruments making rain sounds and ocean sounds, stuff like that.
They're made to attack different chakras of your body, heal different chakras of your body. Attack wouldn't be the right word. They're made of brass and tin, and the vibrations that they emit is what your body is absorbing to heal itself, to energize itself. And sound healing is just so beautiful. I love it.
Who is it proper for?
Everybody. Again, even a 9-month-old can just sleep through it. Talking from experience.
You've really been putting this to work with a 9-month-old.
I put my son into everything. He also enjoys sound healing.
Yeah.
You just have to lie down, focus on your breath, maybe ease yourself of all your tension, relax your muscles, relax your shoulders, because this is where you hold all your stress.
Yeah.
And your navel is where you hold all your emotions.
Oh.
Yes. So that's why we focus on breath work. When we're breathing in, we're breathing out, we're letting go of all our negative emotions that we've held on to. All the emotions that you hold on to, be it anger, stress, anxiety, irritation, aggression, maybe you're holding on to a grudge, it's all stored in your navel. And when you're breathing in and out, you're letting go of all of this.
I've just, with my explanation on how I felt like I just gave, because I don't know how to explain it honestly. That's all I can say with that. So are there, what exactly do you expect me to feel when you do that? Like, could you give...
Relaxed.
Yeah?
That's it. Relax. Just at ease. We expect you to come out energized after, be it a yoga session or a sound healing session. That would be our main agenda.
So it's simply for relaxation?
Simply for relaxation.
I see you have another instrument
So
there.
this is called the steel tongue drum.
If you can get that.
This is called the steel tongue drum. It's again one of another instrument for sound healing.
Okay.
So, okay, I'm just going to want you to center yourself, ground your feet into the flooring, hands on your knees, close your eyes and focus on your breath. Then I want you to focus on all the thoughts you want to get rid of, and I'm going to play this.
Oh, that was very nice. Even I felt very nice. I actually got goosebumps.
I like that. It is so relaxing.
Yeah.
I don't know the whole theory behind that, and you know, where that originated from exactly, especially with the sound thing, because it's kind of instant. You feel the difference immediately. Wow. So is this also something that one can maybe learn? And
again, so yoga and sound healing and aerial yoga and naturopathy is something we teach within our ashram. We have 200 hours of teachers training courses that you can study online. You can give your exam online, or you can go physically to the ashram and give your exams. We're based in India, in Dharampur, 223 acres, dedicated to wellness, being spiritual, emotional, physical.
Yeah. So I'm still on this, on the sound healing. Do we have different or specific bowls specifically for that? Or can I just be in the house and decide, there's a bowl somewhere here that is metallic. There's a metallic bowl in here, and I think I have something that I can just... Is it specific for... Are there specific bowls for it? Are there specific instruments for it, or I can experiment in the house with whichever metallic?
No, you cannot. There are specific bowls. You have a set of seven, and they have to be made of this specific composition of brass and tin. You also have different dimensions to do with the different chakras in your body. You know, you have 7 chakras in your body, and it's to heal those 7 chakras depending on which one you want to, which one is part of your goal. And then you have various different instruments which has, it sounds like there's water dripping, it sounds like rain, there's flutes, etc. The whole session, if you attend a sound healing session, will go on for 40 minutes. It'll be a beautiful use of all the different equipments we have part of the sound healing.
Okay, you've mentioned chakras a number of times, and that we have 7 of them. Is there a definition of what chakra is?
Yes.
Okay,
So
I was about to Google it, but you tell us.
Chakras are different parts of your body. So there's root chakra, that's the base of your foot. Then there's sacral, that's at your abdomen. Then there's solar plexus, that's right here. Then there's heart chakra. Then throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. So these are the 7 chakras in your body, and you use different bowls to heal those chakras.
So from
root to the top of the head, there are 7 chakras in your body.
Yeah. Can we point them out?
We just
Yeah.
did.
Oh, okay. I was listening.
It's okay.
I was concentrating on my director. There's an instruction they were giving me. But okay. Okay. So right now, many people are getting into wellness, right? And it is becoming a lifestyle for so many people. Why is it so important for us to now get into this side of the wellness? And for most of us, when we talk about wellness, we're looking at what am I eating? You know, what am I taking in? What am I ingesting into my body? Am I moving my body enough? So maybe I'll make sure that I take walks. We have running clubs now all over the country, which is a good thing. And then there's a gym. We go to the gym, we lift some weights, get on the treadmill. So maybe what's the importance of this other side of wellness that maybe not many people are into?
I guess the wellness was there since earlier, but there was no much mechanism. Now the life has become so mechanic. There are so many equipments which has replaced everything. Earlier, if for an example, if we want to work in kitchen, we used to do everything manually. Now the mixer is there, the cooker is there. There's so many things. So earlier, without even knowing them, they were doing so many things at home. Even they don't have time to do exercise, they were working out at home by doing household chores. Now after COVID-19, everyone are very much aware of the wellness, how to take care of ourselves, and the healthy lifestyle, the strength training, especially for the bones, and water intake. They are becoming more and more aware after world revolution, I can just say.
People want to be very preventive of potentially falling sick, or rather death, right? And I think in this fast-paced world, everybody sidelined a wellness like yoga because it required commitment, it required patience, because it takes its time with commitment. So I think they sidelined it because they wanted something quick. They wanted something chop, they wanted quick results. This is where it got sidelined. Now when it comes to diet, once you focus on yoga, in yoga they very strongly believe, based on your emotions, you kind of crave certain foods. Now if your diet is out of balance, you're going to crave junk. If your water intake is low, you're going to crave sugar. So yoga is not just physical well-being, like I said multiple times, it's a wholesome well-being. So it even helps you with your diet. Based on scriptures, if you sit and study, when you go deeper into yoga, people that are doing DTC, they're also advised on what to eat, what not to eat. Most yoga practitioners prefer to be vegetarian because we strongly believe, as written in scriptures, is if you do consume non-veg, it messes up with, for example, if you do consume meat, it emits so much of heat within your body that you tend to feel so much of anger, irritation, aggression. You're always swearing, impatient. Also to do with a lot of spices like onion, garlic. A lot of yoga practitioners tend to be something called sattvic, where we do not consume onion, garlic for these very reasons. It helps us stay more focused, helps us stay more patient, more centered. You're not feeling these spouts of aggression. You're not feeling these spouts of irritation. I don't know if this answers your question, but...
Okay, that part, obviously you lost me a bit because I believe you need to really immerse yourself into that, get to study more about that so that you get to understand that bit properly. But of course you've explained it. I want, as we almost come to a conclusion of our conversation, when someone hears yoga, most times we think meditation. So when you talk about yoga and meditation, do they go hand in hand? Are they two different things?
So meditation is part of yoga, and it does help you with staying centered. Like for example, meditation, I could be meditating right now, talking to you. Meditation is actually how do I explain it? I could be in a meditative state right now, you know, just calm, at ease, in balance, centered. while talking to you. It's the state at which you hold, the state you hold inside you. That's meditation. It goes hand in hand when we say, center yourself, focus on your breath. You're helping yourself get into that calm state so that you can focus on other things that are coming up for the yoga.
Okay. This last part, I want us to talk maybe a bit about yoga for confidence. We've looked at yoga as a wellness technique. So can I use yoga to enhance my self-esteem, to enhance my confidence? Is there a correlation between the two?
There's definitely a deeper relation between two, especially when it comes to kids yoga. We need to build confidence in kids from a very younger age. Kids who practice yoga, there are immense advantages for it, immense merits of it, because they can balance their emotions, they can react. The kids who are reacting to the situation, slowly they will respond to the situation. They know how to control their emotions, their thoughts, how to be with others, how to concentrate. Yoga promotes concentration, focus, well-being, everything when it comes to kids. Like that, for every age, wellness for every age, there's an advantage. So definitely it improves the confidence, because you can control your body, you can control your posture, you can control your mind, you can be more confident, you will be more self-aware of yourself.
For sure. So it can also be used as a tool of confidence.
Yeah, because you're pushing yourself to attain those goals, and once you push yourself, that's an immediate confidence boost within yourself. Yoga is not easy. Everything we've shown you is just now, whatever we've demonstrated, we're not even scratching the surface.
Yeah.
It's like nothing.
Yeah, and I get what you mean with that, because even with working out, the gym workouts, there's something it does to your mental.
Yeah,
you know,
the
it's
surge of
not just
endorphins.
about the physical. It shows you that you have that grit. You can push your body, you can push yourself, you know, you can attain whatever it is you're trying to attain. And I'm sure that that's the same thing also with yoga, as you've mentioned, in terms of, you know, just being resilient and having that grit in knowing I can be able to achieve anything. If I was able to make my body do that, then what can't I do? And I love that about our bodies, and just the things they can do that maybe most of us are not aware of because we've not put it to practice. But I love that we had this conversation today, and I want us to wind up. So I don't know, can we do one last pause or one last something?
Yeah, Shweta, do you want to?
Okay, I just want to show one advanced pose for ladies, which decreases the belly fat as well.
Oh, that's the perfect one to end with.
Same.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is sit here. This is an advanced pose. This is not for the beginners or intermediate. But once you attain this, this is good for your whole back as well. All you have to do is sleep on the floor. Keep your hands next to your ears. Bring your legs together. Push your tummy up and stand up there. Stay there. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And relax. Turn towards your right side and come up. So when it comes to yoga, it's not only about how you do pose, how you get into the pose, how you come back from the pose, so that there will not be any injuries or cracks. Before practicing yoga, warm-up is very, very important, so that there is no injuries during the main event, and as well as the cool down is also very important.
And that is the perfect point for us to end this conversation. Thank you so very much, ladies, for joining us on set today. Thank you for doing that sound healing on me, because it felt quite healing for a moment. And this is where we get to say goodbye. Thank you one more time, and thank you to you who has been watching us. I am sure, and I bet that you have taken something from this conversation. Remember, we have Health Tuesday each and every Tuesday, so always be sure to join us just to find out what we are talking about matters your health. See you tomorrow, same time and place, God willing.
The wait is over. KBC iko Huduma Center. Starting with Nairobi, kupata huduma za KBC imekuwa rahisi. From digital guidance and signet services to booking of commercial adverts and documentaries. Visit our dedicated desks at Huduma Center GPO, Times Square, Makadara, Kibera, or Eastleigh. Tunakungoja hapo. Whether it's a casual announcement or a specialized media solution for your business, we are here to serve you. KBC at Huduma Centers. Moving closer to you. Your station, your service.
She doesn't look like a monster.
She could be a fox demon. Look at that man. He could be a cat demon.
You really think that I'm a cat?
There's one more thing. Chao Yanbing has arrived at Mir Village.
This is incredible.
他们操控下的傀儡。